I really enjoyed the first game of this series called Teamfight Manager. Teamfight Manager 1 was fantastic, but the problem with Manager 1 was they played in a so basically the game is a strategy idle game where you don't control the characters like an RTS. They auto battle for you, and you just determine their strategies and their roles and their tactics. The problem with the first one is that they fought in a little shitty arena. It was just a really dirt arena. It was just a single rectangle, so there wasn't really much that you could do. It felt very simple. This one, the sequel, they've actually decided to make an entire fake MOBA map, and they've actually decided to program the bots such that they actually play within the fake MOBA map, and they do things like jungle objectives, and they gank, and they do all these other cool things, which is interesting to me because I would have never expected this to have been the way that they would have taken it, because I've played a number of these games, legendary creatures, stuff like that, where they all seem to have a single set arena with no real interesting bits about it, right? I thought that's the way that the genre was going to trend, which was strange to me because it felt like the best of the best, which is this game, started out being a take on a MOBA game. Even like the idea of an auto battler with different characters running around was just the idea of like a strategy MOBA game and like people walking around, right? So in my mind, that's how they should have taken it. And so I'm glad that they decided to go all the way with the map, because that's really what was missing, was some level of variability and some interesting thing to watch that feels like you're actually watching almost like a real game. That's why I asked you to get your rocks, okay? So hopefully everyone has 10 rocks. Everybody give yourselves 2 rocks right now, okay? Everyone gives yourselves 2 rocks right now. We are going to choose a bunch of strategies about the team, and we're going to see how our team is going to go. And what in the world is this? The problem is I played the first one 4 years ago, so I don't remember what any of this is. So there's league selection. We can play in the Korean League. I'm not playing in the Korean League. I'm sorry. The Korean League is like playing on hard mode. It's like going from high school to playing in your local NBA team. No, it's like playing basketball in middle school, and you go straight to an NBA team, and then they kick your ass. And same with China. Like both of those are insane leagues. Europe to some degree, but North America, this is where all the shitters are, okay? I say as a North American. Patch intensity, what? Adjust the stats of a few champions slightly during balance patches. Balance patches, wait, balance patches? That's interesting. Moderate, normal. Yeah, it's usually like moderate patch intensity and normal patch frequency. Champion types, classic. Start with a recommended basic champion pool with random champions added through patches. Random champion pool bounds have a similar number, allows custom adjustment. Adds 1 new champion per major patch. What? Ban pick time. There's no time limit during pick and ban. What is pick and ban? I don't know. A random champion is selected if exceeded. What's the Dota 2 ban time? Okay, because this whole game is we build a strategy, we build a team, and then our team plays for us, and then we just scream at us, and we scream at our team, and we see how well they do, right? So what is the Dota 2 pick ban timer? So, wow, it's 30 seconds for each subsequent. First phase ban is only 15 seconds? Wow, and then 30 seconds for picks. I had no clue. So it's 130 total bonus time as well. So, too many numbers, we'll go like 30. We'll just average it out to 30. Oh, you can't. You can't click these. This is all just here. I see. Anyways, let's go for a shitter North American team. We have, wow, they actually have real players. They have Huni, they have Viper, they have Makanoon, Captain Jack. Wait, these are real players in like different games. Santorin, Poo Mandu. Dota also has extra time. I just said that. Ray, Lava, Song, Ragan, Sunchip, Mystic, Ziso, Uzi. These are just real players. But what's interesting is that they're mostly, if not entirely, League of Legends players. Sing Sing. Never mind, they have Dota 2 players. Well, I guess we have to choose Sing Sing. Well, like he's the one there, but he's playing inside the Chinese league, which is insane to me. So, reset. What? Change team number. Oh, you can't. Okay, so these are presets. All right, it doesn't matter. We'll just choose the one that's the can't. We'll choose the holy shit, Kakoma, the coach of T1 play in the game. This is the worst team ever. Performance patches. Okay, coach training. Sure. Skip proceed. Sure. Simulation intensity. Detailed. High computational load. Why would you not want to have high load? Okay, we'll go for this. So averaging it out, 30 seconds per ban. I'm assuming I don't have to choose, right? Because Dota 2 is 30 seconds. League of Legends is like, what, 30 seconds too. I wonder how this is going to go. And I wonder how the game is going to play like with the bans and stuff, because again, they've updated the game to have a full-on map, which is probably the best part. It's Cloud. Oh, congratulations of you too. You're Cloud. Okay, thanks. You've heard not people have knowledge. I don't give a shit. What? Okay, I'll just choose a side. I'll choose red side. These buildings are called... Okay, I thought it was choosing, but it just stayed there for too long. Why don't you... If you want to show people where something is, right? You should just do the whole gray out most of the screen, start from the center, and then, you know, do an animation towards both sides, and then that way you can end that thing way faster. That way you can know what's like, you can guide people's eyes there, and then it doesn't take so long for you to fade out that tutorial sequence. By observing cases where the most basic champions are ever played. Blue bottom, blue support. Red bottom, red support. 2 conditional plays, the top lane, the middle lane. Okay, this is... It's a whole tutorial. And what's interesting is that they're even going with the League of Legends style laning, where it's like the 1-1-2 plus the 1 jungle maybe. Or maybe they're gonna go with the Dota where it's like, but like a mix of the two where it's like 2-1-2. I'm not sure. Separate for champions, small units. Yeah, also each lane has 1 tower, because I don't know what the jungle behavior is going to be like. Yeah, tower. Each player aims to kill as many minions as they can. Yeah. These tutorials. I kind of forget that if you're playing a game like this, you've probably never played a MOBA. So they have to teach you in some way the basic strategy of a MOBA game. Because the game is now based off of a MOBA. Whereas before, right? The simplicity of the game before was that you only got into team fights. But I'm glad that they're going with this, because that seems like a much cooler thing to have. Because now we just saw somebody die within lane. It's your typical warlock pushes up too far and they have an earth shaker, then you get blocked out, and then their juggernaut goes Orb of Venom or Boots first and then just spins on you. You have a rough idea of how the game flows. Yeah, you should be able to watch it. So what is the important role of a coach? Here we go. Ban pick is a crucial step. Although Teamfight Arena is typically a 5v5, we prefer the simpler version. It's already how the 2 players. This will involve a 2v2 competition. It's my ban turn. Okay, the ban is the step where you choose a champion that can be used in this match. I see why they had no timing. So I choose the ban whoever. What the hell is this? Canyon? Wait, Canyon... Oh, so you actually see what their skill sets are. Who are they good at playing? So if they're bad at playing swordsman, I would ban swordsman. If I know that the enemy's team enjoys playing swordsman. But green is good, red is bad. So I would look for whatever is green for Loki and Bengi, who are real players, by the way, and I would ban those. Because I'm blue. I'm Canyon. Except this one has a green arrow, so I'm not sure why it's there. Because Fofo is mine. I'll just ban that. Well done. This is a very interesting take on the game. Because again, in Teamfight Manager, you had nothing like this. You had quite a lot in terms of building your team, but in terms of like building your characters and then figuring out the lane compositions and figuring out the strengths. Well, I mean, the strengths and the weaknesses was also there. Like that bit where you're trying to decide the optimal characters for the various positions based on what their roles are, based on what you expect the enemy's roles to be, which is probably going to follow the standard formula, right? And then trying to pick and ban based on that. Again, this is what I wanted from this game, is the moment that they add a more interesting map and they add more complexity to the base game, you get so much more to the game as a whole. Like your strategy it's no longer simplified. You now need to think about all the stuff, and everything has a lot of interplay. Like you might choose to sack your bot lane or your top lane to get a much more high priority pick on their bot lane. Right? It's one of those things that you have to deal with within even like a real tournament game. I remember playing in amateur tournaments, and the pick and ban phase was the most stressful. And this is not even with my friends. This is with another group of friends who we were super serious about it. It was a bunch of online friends, and we actually went decently far. We actually got I think our prize was what, $50 or something. It's pretty good. But we didn't fully win. I think we were 5th place or something. But even the consolation prize of $50 was kind of nice. I was like, damn, that's actually a lot of money. Because first place got 250, and I was like, $50 is pretty good. But this idea of pick and ban was so annoying that they made me do it. It's weird now. I don't know why I'm the one that always does this stuff. But I in every single time whenever we play a competitive game with my online friends, right? Whenever we used to do this stuff, now we don't because they have kids now. But when we used to, I would be the one to call the shots. But they'd also be like 5 or 6 years older than me, so I'd be like a kid in like high school going, "All right, guys, we gotta go bot lane." Like I don't know, like I don't know if I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Let's see. Who is Fofo is really bad with that one. Bengi can play anyone, but Bengi is also really. I mean, Fofo is really good at swordsman. Wait, Fofo is good at swordsman. Bengi is the thumbs are a little confusing. I kind of wish there was a way to just see the thumb separate to the name. If you're gonna have the name being green or thing, because it's like, okay, is it thumbs up for both? Is it that green is a thing, or is it green is my team? Sure, but it's like, what does it all mean? It's so confusing. Both people hate playing swordsman though. So if I can force him to play swordsman, because I'm getting first pick, maybe he can play something bad. And anybody that doesn't stun someone is probably good. So Ice Mage is out. Colors are hard. Colors are very hard. But yeah, that pick and ban phase was so complicated. It's my pick phase. Okay, so wait, oh shit, I picked Ice Mage for Fofo. I didn't mean to. I actually meant to pick something else entirely. I meant to pick something else. Okay, well, oops. The support position, there's another allied champion. Okay, well, can I swap them? That allied champion, therefore the support position, so it's best to assign the champion you want to grow faster among the two to the bottom position player. Try swapping the designated... Oh, shit. Ah, shit. Okay, well, I messed up. It was supposed to be... The music goes hard. Yeah, the music is surprisingly good in this game. It's more intense than normal MOBA music. I feel like a lot of MOBA music now, especially within the major tournaments and the stuff, it's very melodic. Like, there's a new one by Gem, which I've only heard like maybe 15 seconds of it. I was like, yeah, it sounds like it's like not to say that it doesn't go hard, but the way that it goes hard, it is in a very melodical way, and it usually involves some kind of like rap plus like a singing segment. It's sort of the formula. But yeah, pick and ban's hard. Because when you pick something, you have to keep in mind that are you picking to deny someone, or are you picking to give you an advantage? Like, what are you doing? It's a very complicated task. And I hate doing it every single time. It's my least favorite thing to do. Yeah, and then during gameplay, there's very little music. Yeah, actually, most people that I've ever seen play the game hardcore for streaming and stuff, they don't have any music playing. They'll turn the whole thing off, and they'll just play the game, or they'll play their own music on top of it. Which I get, because a lot of the music is sort of simplistic, right? And even here, I would argue that the music, there's something about it, but from a viewing experience, it's strange. Where I'm only now just noticing the music. Whereas in, say, in Dota 2 and stuff, right? Especially in Dota 2, the music is very, very simple and very, very smooth, where you don't really register it. And often when there's nothing happening on the map, when you're watching a game like the International, it can feel very empty. Like, that's the one thing that League of Legends has over Dota 2, is it manufactures conflict. Please read Manufacturing Consent and the Conflict by it's a very well-known strategy. Do I just have to watch until I lose? Times 4. Times 3. We get highlights. Let's get the highlights. I just want to see my team lose because I messed up the pick and ban. I messed up the pick and ban really, really badly. They also buy items, which is interesting. That's pretty interesting. So they buy items, they gain gold from kills, they gain gold from farming. They seem to actually care about trying to like farm stuff too. It's very weird. How was your first pick and ban practice? Might still feel unsure. Hey, you can perform actions to manage your team. There are many functions, but trying to cover everything. The inbox. Okay. Check various information, select a news item and reviews content. 2 additional champions will be available for the next 2v2 pick and ban thing. Okay. What's interesting about the patches for games, most tournaments are played on a frozen patch. And they might do an emergency patch at times, but for the most part, it's on a frozen patch. So no live updates get into the tournament timing. Dota 2, I think, is slightly different, where they just don't release a patch until after the tournament's done. Whereas for League of Legends, they'll still release things because their league cycle is just so long. I don't know why the League of Legends esports cycle takes so long to get through. It's like it's over a couple of months, and you have to wait the entire time until you finally see every single game from a team. And I don't get it because I feel like by the time you're done, it's been 6 months and everyone's tired. But on top of that, it's like just all the excitement is within the one major tournament. Like I don't care about anything else. Just like make the game, I don't know, just like do something else. Oh god, they updated YouTube UI. It's all squiggly now. You can feel detailed champion info. Spoil as much as you would like. Okay, what is the ninja? Fire a shadow orb. And then the magic knight. There's no way that my players have practiced this, so it doesn't really matter. They practiced it? How the fuck did you practice it? It just came out in the previous patch. Bang! Select the champion to a ban. Okay, well Bang gets banned that way. So the champion to use, we're gonna get Canyon. But Canyon is good for this. Fofo is picking first. Fofo, I'm gonna go for the priest actually. Maybe I'll go for the priest. Taunt a target? Wait, increases the attack speed? Okay, you go for priest. Wait, no, fuck. You're my bot laner. Shit. God damn it. I keep trying to get Canyon the fighter, but the fighter is the support player. Why are you the support player and you want to play the fighter? That's like my position 5 trying to play Juggernaut. It's like, oh man. God, fuck it, Canyon. You okay, well our main character, our main player is on the support. You just play the archer. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. Okay, let's level tactics things. Before each match, I see. You can choose to be passive or aggressive. Play as aggressively as you can. In teamfight positions, position around the middle of the ally formation and focus on fighting. Oh, that's interesting. So you can choose how to take the fight. So you can choose to be assassin. You can choose to fight in the backline. I say fight in the backline with this. All right. Well, this team is gonna lose again, so we'll see Canyon and Fofo die once more. This tutorial. Oh, wait, they're doing pretty well. Wait, chat, they're actually doing pretty well. I wish I could change the players' names to be fully custom. Same with the team. I kind of wish I could name it after... Like, if you could... The one thing about this game that I've always wanted to do is name it after people. So it's like, imagine me naming it after chat members, right? And I can be like, what are you doing to this chat member? Why are you ganking mid? Fofo is Pika name. Oh no, you said that. And Fofo failed to heal our damage dealer. She had full vision on him. She just decided not to. What's the point of you being a healer if you don't heal a damage dealer? Their combo is a lot better than mine. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, they even towered over us. Oh, it's over. They're level 3 and level 2, which is level 5 and level 6. Fofo, you forsaken me. Oh, they killed someone. They actually killed Bang. Kill him. No! Kill the double kill. He double kills behind turret. A level 7 and a level 4. One single level 6. You guys suck. Now this is the feeling that I wanted. I wanted this exact feeling, where we get to yell, and we get to talk about the fact that our team sucks. Because there's no way that Santorin on the melee fighter 1v2s behind turret. There's no way. Like you're telling me that the turret doesn't kill him there? I'm actually surprised at how well they seem to actually move, because they do actually try a lot to clear waves while also killing the enemy team. And they seem to, like, their positioning, they try to walk towards the minions if they know that the minions are about to die, because when they die they can get money for it. So they actually know how to pull back in order to make money, and then they know how to go in during the right moments to like capitalize on you losing money. Like the tower dive, they seem to only do it when they have a huge wave, which is, you know, it's one thing to like tank, but it's also to make you lose money, right? Because the core of a tower dive is when you tower dive, you need to tower dive at the right time in order to like deny resources, right? Tower is the safest place to farm. If you can make the enemy's tower dangerous to farm under, the tower will kill the enemy minions freely, and the enemy won't get anything for it. In Dota 2, it's even stronger because you can deny them. Though in Dota 2, because of all the polling mechanics, it's very hard to get that type of crash going. And for the most part, it's mostly just polling and managing the wave. And wave clearing is sort of like a very more interesting game in Dota 2 than in League of Legends, where in League it simplifies down into crash the wave, crash, and just keep on crashing plus tiring. Okay, let's check the team's roster. All right, who's getting fired? Take your time to review them. The schedule. All right. You're a sub. Blitz Chung. What? News. 2 new champions will be added. Sure. Okay. So I can check their stats and the champions. This guy plays. Buddy, this character isn't even released yet. How do you know about it? Do you have like an insider? Do you have like an insider scoop on what this champion is? It's not even out yet. What does Coma want? Buddy, I haven't seen these in. What? I've never seen these. Let me check the roster. Let's select players who will start the match. Oh my god, yes. I can choose non-shitters for once in my life. Oh, we're doing insider trading now. So it's funny because the pro players do have an early look at games. So when they make a new champion in League of Legends, or they make a new hero in Dota 2, and in the case of Deadlock, when they're making a whole new game, they pluck existing pro players that they have a strong relationship with. So again, if you want to get into the pro leagues, you have to be a good person. You can't just get into the pro leagues by being an asshole. You have to actually manage your social skills, because a lot of it is the social, the ability for you to have like a social connection with people in order to leverage your, those advantages, right? Now, am I playing against other people? No, it's full single player. So, sorry. Game is full single player. It's also why I'm playing this now, because I need yet. Although, actually, wait, it's online PvP, but maybe not now. But yeah, they do list online PvP. I'm curious how that's gonna go, but that would be cool. Because I was gonna say, while single player is cool, I kind of want to see if my strategy would work against others, because it's a bit like fantasy football, right? I don't think the first one had online PvP. Let me see what the first one was. Because I remember playing the first one all single player. Oh, there was online PvP. Oh, maybe I just I never tried it. But I guess you can then. Multiplayer, you can play up to 1v1 friendly matches, or invite up to 10 friends to play in a league. Chat, we can have our own fantasy league. That's sick. We can have a full channel fantasy league. Wait a minute. I never knew that the first game had that feature. Granted, I played it really early, so. Wait, chat, this is okay. Chat, we might when we go full on fantasy league. All right, we're gonna do full-on fantasy league rules, and everyone has to choose a team. We all play in one region, right? That's gonna be sick. Okay, when this game comes out, it's gonna be sick. Chat, it's gonna be amazing. Anyways, we do need a bot laner. Well, there's only one bottom. We have one bot lane player. We have only one pair of bot lane players, and one of the bot lane players loves to play a fighter as a support, and the damage dealer has no preferred damage dealers. Are you kidding me? Oh! Rooftop Cat is about to play the Berserker. One bottom. GG. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so thumbs down means everybody sucks with it, whether the name is green or white. Thumbs up means that they're good with it. So Fofo has nobody good. No one good. Okay. What do I do? Soldier is gone, which sucks. I was hoping to go for Soldier because it's pretty good. Fireball's there. Mage, Melee, Magic Knight. Wait. Yeah. Holy shit, there's Pudge. Make him Pudge. Pudge bot lane. Let's take it. Okay, and GG is good at what? Rooftop Cat is good at Pyromancer. Fofo, don't let me down. Okay, I have a good pick here. All damage, okay? Pudge hooks somebody in. Fire field to deal damage. We take away their strong pick, and then they have bad picks. Alright, here we go. Chat, we're about to win. Let's go. Aggressive. Initiator. We're gonna go aggressive, and we're gonna see the initiation. I'm sure Pudge is gonna have a good time. I'm sure he's gonna have a good time. We're gonna do full vision, so we know what everyone's doing. And we're gonna focus on getting picks. He has to hook first, though. Does he have hook? He does not have hook, but we did clear the wave. Fountain hook incoming. Nice hook! What are you doing? Wow! How did you lose? Canyon is such a pussy. What are you doing? Oh my god. We're gonna lose again. We're gonna lose again. No. What are you doing? You're taking free damage. No. My players suck. Power is already gone. No, not that. No, not that. Alright. I'm done my disappointment meal. It's over. Okay, well. That was a good tutorial. Because it gave me time to eat. Okay, let's do the rankings tab. Alright, sure. So you get to see how different teams stand. We're 4th place? What? Since I think I'm 4th place. There's no way. Oh, now there's a mid lane chat. Oh shit. And there's expanded rules. Okay, cool. So now there's a mid lane, and I have I'm 4th. Somehow I'm ranked 4 in the entire world. Because with this shit team, that means we're playoff winners. You're lying to me. Snoopy. Okay, Snoopy, let's go. I don't know who you are. Fofo bottom checks out. Fofo, you're failing me here. Flame can play an assassin, and I don't think I want him to be an assassin because it's strong. However, the swordsman. Yo, by the way, can I say something? Every single game they've picked swordsman. I mean, fighter, as in it's their weakest pick. Oh, sorry, it's not even their strong pick, and they've dominated. I need to get Canyon this pick, but you can't swap champions, which is. I hate that you can't swap champions, but it gets to the point. It's a pressure for you to like, do you choose it now or do you choose it later? But I wish I could do that, because that's sort of one of the cool parts about this game is that you can decide to pick someone first, and then somebody else might get something later, and then it's sort of like a mix-up, right? By the way, I'm gonna sandbag their support, because I need to make sure that their support loses the bot lane. So both their support picks are gone, and now we get to choose someone to use for Snoopy, who's mid. He enjoys the monk, but the monk is a support. I don't know about this one. Excuse me? You're a mid laner and you're good at playing a support. What's the point of you? How about you play a real mid laner? Somebody who's gonna do damage like an ice mage, yeah? Oh, you know what? Fine. You try to be a monk. Try to be a monk. Tell me how it goes. So Fofo goes first. Fofo, you go ice mage, and then Canyon, you finally get your fighter. Oh my god. I think we're about to win. Aggressive. Assassin? No. Mid lane support. Well, arguably, it's like going Warlock mid, right? Or it's like going Shadow Shaman mid. If Shadow Shaman mid works, then the Monk mid works too. He's not doing too well. He's not doing too well. He's about to die. This team sucks. This team fucking sucks. You know this? I'm not paying attention to the enemy team's champion picks. Like I'm not trying to counter their picks either. So I'm just forcing them to go in. IO tiny double mid. Yeah, but then you have two heroes mid. Oh, he won the fight. Our mid lane player is a god. Takes support, plays mid lane, baits the enemy mid laner to go closer, and now she's dying. Gets another kill. He is the best mid lane player I've ever seen because he understands the mid lane mindset. I usually play mid or top lane. The mid lane top laner mindset is blood for blood, and blood for the blood god, right? You go as hard as you can and you fight for your life, and you dive, and then eventually someone dies. Double mid is a viable strategy. Copium. You were talking about this game. Okay, he got Kaya to shit. Okay, this is over. Mid is ganking like crazy. She got a triple kill, and she ganked the shit out of us, and the whole thing is gone. How are we the 4th highest ranked team in the world with these shitters? Let's check the detailed schedule. Look at the upcoming schedule. All right, yeah, sure. The transfer window. I can transfer people. Oh, thank God. Yes. Get these shitters off my fucking team. All right, who wants to be transferred? Get these shitters out of here. All right. Shit. I have to do this again. Okay, well, I mean, either way, we just keep fighting. So tomorrow is transfer day, and we're gonna get rid of as many people as we can. We're gonna ban their strong picks. I don't want to deal with Executioner. We're also gonna ban this one. Okay, Snoopy, as I expected, kicked them all. Snoopy going for the whatchamacallit pick was a bad idea. At least I'm gonna do Ice Mage because I feel like Ice Mage is a very simple one. But although Magic Knight is kind of good too. So I mean, first pick mid is very difficult because first pick mid really defines the rest of your game. Because mid is like a very, very important lane where it's like they have a lot of opportunity to gank, but if they're first pick, then it's sort of hard for them to respond to certain things, right? Like it's hard for them to respond to every single possible thing that you might end up playing against. Snoopy's really bad with the Archer, which sucks. He could play Swordsman, but what I really want is just damage. Let's just put you on Berserker. Let's see what you do there, okay? So you got Swordsman. Swordsman does single target, 3 successions, 3 attack, 3 hit attack, plus that, and then charge and slam. So let's go with range. Fofo, I know this is crazy. Fofo should go for Ice Mage, and then Canyon should go for Knights. I think this is a stable team because when the 2 melees go in, they get taunted onto the Knights, and then they die. Stand at the very front. Okay, so we have frontline. We have a frontline team with a Berserker and a Knight. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's just see how it goes. Okay. The Berserker sucks at wave clear. I didn't realize that he sucks at wave clear, and wave clear as a mid laner is kind of important. But the Knight is going pretty well. The Knight pick is pretty good. It's not that bad. Although now they're getting Tower Dove because for some reason this game's equivalent of Juggernaut has a ranged attack. Snoopy almost killed someone in return as the Berserker. My Knight is okay. This team is falling apart. Okay, nice. Okay, that's the shittiest gank I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay. It's over. It's over. No, Snoopy! By the way, some of these pro players probably have major controversies, right? Like, if we ever see the name Whippo, we have to kill them every single time. That guy is a major That guy is majorly sexist. Oh god, lifesteal. Oh, it's over. Alright, well, that was a terrible play. Well, my strategies fucking suck. The coach training process seems to be going smoothly. No, it's not. Let's try the next pick and ban. The blue team has the advantage of picking champions first, while the red team would choose champions based on giving them the advantage of counterpicking. Yes, I know the counterpicking. We can get the good first pick, but they get the good second pick, thus to counter our first, second picks. How about you give me a better mid, bottom? Like, the problem is that our bot laner fucking sucks. Like, these players are just ass. Like, look at this. 26 years old. Like, buddy, you have to retire. This is your final year. Look at his judgment. 68 judgment as a mid laner. Guess who is higher? Guess he has the same judgment as our support. As a mid laner, I feel like you need a lot of judgment. And look at this. Our support has 90 ego. Ego on a support player. What? At least he roams 82. Our mid laner never roams. He has no ego. He's pussy. Guess what? Our bot laner, he's a support main because he believes in taking orders. Like, buddy, what do you mean taking orders? You're a bot lane. You're the main damage dealer. You're the main DPS. Oh wait, that's their team. Sorry, I'm now red. Look at my team. Absolutely monstrous. Look at my mid laner. Roams and has crazy ego compared to their. I mean, ego's low, but at least my mid laner does more than their mid laner. Now look at my DPS bot laner. My DPS bot laner is actually the exact same problem, and they roam a little bit too much. My support though is actually even worse. Okay, I have a 29-year-old and a 28-year-old. These two should retire. Actually, so the enemy's team stats are all purple. Mine are all blue, and I can see that they're really good at clearing waves. You know what it is? If my team sucks at clearing waves, I need to get them wave clear. I should just get them wave clear. Do this. So Fofo is really good at this cavalry person. who is a good damage dealer and actually does pretty cool stuff. Okay, so I think what we do is we go for people who can do wave clear. So now we ban Flames, Pyromancer. There we go. Blue team selects the Knight. Fuck. Snoopy picks first. Flame might choose the Dual Blader, but I think Snoopy should go for Dual Blader because slash a single target, damage increases, charge an enemy to launch them airborne. Yeah, sure. And then Fofo, I think you need to go wave clear. What the hell is this? Each damage to an enemy champ increases max health by 4. Wait, that sounds sick. just play Ogre. And then you go Ice Mage. All right, this is good. I'm sure this is good. I'm sure this is gonna work. This is absolutely going to work. Assassin. We go for Assassin play. This has to work. Look, he's about to kill him. The Berserker's almost down. He got he's nice. Good control. My bot lane fucking sucks. My bot lane fucking sucks. Oh, my bot lane fucking sucks. They're just so bad at. Look at this positioning. Why did the mid lane gank at that moment? Why did my mid lane gank when my bot lane's pushed on the tower? Why does my bot lane refuse to go back? Like, you have a free recall. We already lost. We're already gonna lose. The highest level is level 6. We just started. What do you mean we're gonna lose? That was like 30. That was a minute. That was a minute. Now that you're quite familiar, let's add the top lane and proceed. So it's a 4v4 game. It's not a 5v5 game. Starting with a 4v4 match, the power monster named Morgard spawns with the game. Okay, so Morgard, which is it's the map boss. It's basically the game's in-game PvE boss. Gives a powerful boost. All champions receive a permanent stat bonus, and the minions become stronger for a short duration. Yeah, sure. So we now need to play around the top lane, or just so we have to play around getting the Morgard. All right, so now there's a gunner. Okay, cool. So who's my top laner? I have multiple top laners. You have Caps. You have Milika. You have this person who's a coach. You have Soaz. The person with the best stats is Soaz. So Soaz, you go up there. All right, buddies. Okay, team. Let's. This is really bad. So their team is pretty good at everything. Ice Mage. I don't think I want to deal with Ice Mage. Let's get rid of Ice Mage. Select a champion to ban. They ban Capper. Sure. Okay. Canyon is really bad at Dual Blader, and Dual Blader in particular is really strong. But their mag is good at Dual Blader, who can kill us really quickly. So get rid of that. Top laner, what are you good at? Soaz, what do you do? You're not good at anything. You have no particular strengths. You're awful. Now you think about it in pro play, it often happens that you main mid or something, but you end up having to play 1, 3, 4, 5. So I guess a mid lane who likes playing support makes sense. Realism more. Yeah, because you're playing for team composition. But that's only for Dota 2 though. For League of Legends, it's very different. The strategy in League of Legends is that your mid laner has to be like a full mid laner. It's rare for you to be able to go like a support in a solo lane. The game's entire balance system is basically designed to kick supports to the bot lane position. But in Dota 2, yeah, that's exactly it. Because you're playing mainly for team composition. Like when you're picking banning for team composition, right? You might have a player that's playing mid, but you're playing mid because you need resources in some way. And so you're playing a support that might scale a little bit better with gold, but either way is going to benefit from the bonus EXP plus the bonus gold to do a little bit more damage, right? Not a lot of supports fall into this like role though. Like most supports don't really scale well with gold, and they mostly scale with levels. Which mid is good for levels, but the extra gold mostly goes to waste. So what you end up seeing is like, usually you get a support that can be really good at ganking or roaming, right? Doesn't really need much gold, but can really use the XP. Like a Shadow Shaman that hits level 6 early is a very scary ganker. Cause you do your polymorph, you trap them inside the wards, and then you just chain them, and then they instantly die, right? They're also really good at harassing and keeping the enemy laner down. So you're also choosing it in many ways for lane dominance. It's why a good invoker is so difficult to play against, because once they dominate you within lane, it's very hard for you to come back. Same with like Obsidian Destroyer. Like you mainly pick them just to like stop people from getting key crucial last hits. But yeah, it's when you think about that, there's like different ways that you pick. It's harder in Dota 2, whereas in League of Legends there's less actual variation between the different roles. You mean not even as a game strategy, but the role team. You might end up with 2 mid players and you can't get anyone else, so someone plays support. Like how No Tail switched to 5. Oh, I see what you mean. When they have to sub someone in. I mean, that's a whole different thing then. Yeah. Okay. So the way that you initially described it sucked. But in terms of that, yeah, it's somebody will have to sub. I mean, that's just the realities of whoever's better at playing support and has a deeper champion pool will probably have to play support versus somebody who would be playing mid. Because the one skill, you don't understand any of these words that I'm saying. Yeah, it's a very complicated. Like, MOBAs are very, very complicated. I would argue that MOBAs rival RTSs in terms of complexity because there's so much that you have to do, but you only have control over one character. So a lot of it, that complexity comes in the simplicity of the format. Like, there isn't 1,000 Marines pushing down some like natural expansion, right? Like, it's you have a lot more leeway there because, you know, what's the difference between 900 and 1,000, right? Whereas in a MOBA, because you have so little actual ways to control the game, it's like every single decision that you make carries more weight. And I argue that makes it even more difficult because even though you have less micro control, there's a lot more macro complexities, and even the micro control is very complicated because, you know, especially in a game like League of Legends, maybe less so Dota, but even in Dota, there's like some very key mechanics. Any DPS player, sort of like the position 1 player who wants to deal a lot of damage, has to be good at orb walking. And even on the pro stage, we see them mess it up sometimes too. So, but that's sort of like a basic one. And then there's like other very hero specific ones, but I can't recall any of them anymore. But yeah, it's mostly like a lot of these things are just, it's a very deep game genre that I think on the surface can look very confusing and also not very entertaining. But when you get into it, there's a lot of very deep complexities to the way that you play these games. But yeah, as the point about the whole swapping player thing, the way I see it, support players have to have a much wider range of being able to play like a support. Because your support is going to have to be very, very flexible in what you need your team to do. Because your support is really going to determine the game flow for the first maybe like 10-15 minutes, right? And there's a lot of different ways that you can play a support. Like, you can even play a Pudge pos survive, or like a Pudge support, or like a Blitzcrank support, right? And if you play him, but then you lose out on the abilities of another support. It's always like, if your team needs that and you don't know how to play it, then you kind of need to, right? So when a player switches to support, I often think that there's somebody who can play those supports. Whereas like a mid laner or like a top laner, they do damage, and like there's like certain damage dealers that they're really good at. And for the most part, you can kind of slot in a lot of damage dealers to a lot of different situations. Not always though. Like Juggernaut seems like he'd always be good, but Juggernaut versus Medusa, as we saw at the TI, sucks. But granted though, he also built poorly with no Diffusal, and Diffusal gets like insane value because the damage reduction on the Mono Shield is crazy compared to, you know, the physical because of the 98% rule. But I digress. That's more of an itemization choice that could have been fixed. But either way, some heroes are better at certain roles than others, but most damage dealers do the same sort of basic role of dealing damage very well. Whereas like your supports, there's like control supports, the ones that can disable someone. There's people that can sort of like literally change the terrain, like Earthshaker, though he's very unique in that sense. Someone like an Ares could too. Is that his name, Ares? What's his name again? The Pantheon guy, the spear wielding dude. I'm pretty sure his name is Ares. And then there's even like these random off supports like Pudge for the hook. You might go for something like Shadow Shaman for the polymorph, Lion for the stun plus the knockup plus the polymorph too. You might even go for, again, Lion for the Mono Drain. Like, there's a whole bunch of ways that it could go. You'd even go even more fancy. Like IO, for instance, as a support is purely about the healing, right? It's purely about this idea of like, well, it's not just healing. You also have the attack speed buff, but you're playing IO because you want to buff your hyper carry up to extreme levels, and it's why Tiny was like the one carry that he was usually played with, because Tiny has that innate damage boost but attack speed debuff, whereas IO can basically negate the attack speed debuff and make him a monster. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that can go. But in my mind, the support has to be even more flexible. Whereas like somebody, say, I don't know, in the mid lane, top lane, although the solo lanes have a different type of pressure, but it's like, it feels like the variability in terms of the pool that they have to play with feels a lot less. Because all of them can do damage in some way. It's just a matter of like getting them the opportunity to do damage. and the opportunity to do damage feels like the more important part for most of the game. Because how often do you get a Medusa to late game, like in TI? It's very surprisingly difficult and rare. Although I've heard that the new Medusa, I haven't played for the latest patch. The current iteration of Medusa with her current items is really good. So, but again, everything has a counter, right? So it's like it's kind of hard to sort of say. And like there's different mechanics for different heroes too that really matter. I think League of Legends has this the most, but Dota 2 has this too, where like I think anybody can pick up and play Skeleton King very easily, but nobody can really pick up and play, let's say, a Meepo very easily, right? And Meepo is a very complicated carry to play with a very high damage potential, but it requires a very specific skill set. Same with Invoker, though I would argue Invoker is probably the one mainstay that every mid laner should know. I feel like Invoker is the one mainstay in that game that every mid laner should know because of his versatility. He has 9 spells to work with. Like, you can't beat the versatility of having that many options. Who else is a really hard carry to play, actually? I'm trying to think. Probably Slug is the other... No, Slug is kind of easy. Yeah, I can't think of any else. I'll probably think of more once I see the roster again. But in my mind, like most of the time, most of the heroes in the game are fairly simplistic to play. There's only a handful of weird mechanics, like what's his face? It's not the Earth Spirit guy. I mean, Earth Spirit is also complicated. It's also the Hoof guy, the Titan, the Elder Titan. That guy is also weird too. Earth Spirit, Arc Warden. I would argue Arc Warden is actually simple. He seems complicated on the surface, but you just have a second hero that you can control. He's not... Obviously, having a second hero to control is complicated because it's a whole second hero, right? You have to manage their stuff too. But almost always in a fight, you're going to want both Arc Wardens in the same place anyways. So you're just using them the exact same way, and you're using basically the exact same skills every single time. The only thing that's a little bit difficult is having to position the bubble such that you only touch the Arc Wardens and like making use of basically the double bubble duration. But otherwise, it's mostly just a right-click plus a summon the ghost gameplay battle. Like, compared to something like Meepo, where you have to get the timing of the skills correct, and you have to keep a constant chain of nets, I feel like Arc Warding is a much simpler premise, where you just use the skill once it goes in cooldown, and then you're mostly auto-attacking for most of your attack. The only hard part of Arc Warden is the items, where you have to use the items well, and that's sort of the secondary strength of him, is that he's a really good item holder, where you get double actives, right? But a lot of carry items aren't active items. Like, it's... Although maybe... No, actually, I guess, like, now Bloodthorn is. But, like, aside from Bloodthorn, it's like... What, you might have Manta Style, you might have things like that, but... And, like, BKB, but, you know, you sort of... It feels like you know how to use those, and they're very easy to use. Whereas, like, the timing for, like, a Meteor, if you don't stun at the right time, it's over. Or, like, a timing for, like, a Polymorph. If you don't Polymorph at the right time, it's over. Yeah. I just feel like it's not as complicated to play Arc Warden as it feels like, as it might seem like, because you might think, oh, 2 heroes is hard to play, but you're just playing 2 of the same hero. And whatever your strategy is for one hero, it's the exact same strategy on the other. And you have one real hero, and you have one fake hero. You know which one's the fake at all times, and the fake is the one that you can throw to die, even though it gives a very high bounty, and you lose half of your power, of your total possible power. You can just throw it out there, and it dies, and you have no consequence. You don't need to waste a buyback. You don't need to do any crazy. It's just a cooldown. And you could reset cooldown with either Shard or full-on Refresher, though. I don't know if you would ever buy Refresher on Arc Warden. Maybe if you're going for like a crazy meme build of like Dagon plus Bloodthorn, and then you just like go there and you like quadruple somebody, and then you refresh and then you do it again. Like, you could probably do something like that, but that seems like an awful build for the cost of like 12,000 gold, so... But not to say that Arc Warden doesn't have very special skills, because Arc Warden is harder to play than Skeleton King, right? I would argue there's a lot of heroes in the game that's harder to play than Skeleton King, and that's even post Skeleton King being able to summon skeletons, right? Like, now he's a little bit harder, but like it's not as hard as, like, I don't know, the execution of certain other heroes. The execution of him is fairly straightforward. Like, I think in my mind, the Shadow Fiend is very difficult to play, because you need to be able to farm effectively to keep your stacks high. You need to know the perfect timing to go in with your ultimate. And he has a very specific pace that he has to hit, where you have to get certain items very quickly. You need Blink Dagger, you need survivability in the form of a BKB or something else, and then you need to be able to right-click people down too, and then you need to know when it's good to raise and when it's not good to raise. Like, it's surprisingly complicated from like a micro perspective. And but again, just compare to Skeleton King, everything's a lot easier. Soaz, you go top later. All right, you just punch people, man. I don't know, Soaz, you just do you go ogre. I'm sure that's a good to pick. Let's see, Snoopy. What does Snoopy do? You guess, yeah. I mean, people are gonna have different opinions about this, right? In my mind, when I played at the rank that I played at, I just kind of felt like, or just knowing all the characters, it's like. But mind you, though, it's like, I don't look at an Invoker and I go, he's complicated. Like, I know his combos. Like, well, not anymore, because I haven't played for a couple of years, but I can probably get back into it and then know his like, combos. So, like, it's like, it just looks complicated on the surface, but once you learn, it's not that bad. Whereas, like, certain things, like timing and the stuff, those skills are very complicated to have. Like, in my mind, Micro is a very simple skill, because once you learn Micro in a vacuum, it basically works all the time. The harder part is things like positioning, timing, knowing when to go in, the feel of the game flow, all this other stuff that I think is very difficult to learn and teach because it requires a lot of game experience and it requires a lot of knowledge of matchups. Like, if your character doesn't really have to go in and be a crazy initiator to go in at the right time, you know, then you're mostly good. Like, I think the only one that can do it without really caring about the enemy composition is Earthshaker, and even then, you still have to care about, let's say, some reflect. Like, if there's an anti-mage with the counterspell and he just somehow applies it at the exact time, then you're gonna die, right? But that's like a very niche thing. For the most part, Earthshaker can just do it. Whereas like someone like Shadow Fiend, all he does is damage, and all he does is and that's after a 2-second channel. He has to know the matchup. He has to know when is a good time, and that requires basically perfect knowledge of the other 5 heroes, which is really difficult to pull off. In my mind, it's that knowledge barrier that's the hardest part of the game. Not to say that you can't learn it like Micro, but to learn it, again, you only get to play a 5v5, right? So to know all the possible ways that the situation could play out, you have to play thousands of games. Whereas, like, reasonably, I think you could go into the demo/training mode, and you could get the Micro of, say, Meepo down, or you can get the Micro of, say, Invoker down, right? The hard part of Invoker is not picking the spells, it's knowing which spell to use when, and why you would want to use each spell, which again requires game knowledge. You know, but for Meepo, it's like you could probably learn the combo fairly easily, and then you just need to figure out your key bindings and sort of get used to that, right? And being able to do it under pressure, obviously. Same with Arc Warding, same with stuff like this. Like, I just sort of feel like there's like different complexities, whereas like Micro is very easy, but knowing how to do something, when to do something, that's the hard part. But that's just my high-level view of the game. I just sort of feel like that's the complexity of any of these games, is that higher level knowledge. Because it's like everybody, especially at whatever level that you're at, right? It's like everybody at that level is performing the same as you. Whether you're low rank, mid rank, or high rank, everyone is mechanically the same as you. To some degree, right? What this means is that you're not as mechanically good as you think that you are, and so you should lower your expectations, right? But if you're at the high rank, when everybody's mechanically good, it's a whole different game. Like, when I play in high rank games, it's basically like everyone knows how to play their heroes or their champions, right? Whether it's Dota 2 or League of Legends. And it's all about the strategy and the application of knowledge. And at that point, that's a very hard skill. You're mechanically inferior. Thank you for admitting it. Thank you. You may be the only honest Dota 2 player out there, okay? I'm not even honest, too. Just today, you thought about old techies and you missed them. There was a really funny thing, because if you go back to watch the announcement video of him, I didn't realize how hype it was. Like, I remember it being hype, and I remember going, yo, that's sick. But looking back on it, that was such a good, well-planned sequence where they pick someone else, and then they swap it out mid-game to be techies. Like, they pick someone, and then they had to do something to like give that person techies instead, with all the same fixings, right? It's probably why the console command to give someone a hero exists, plus to level it up and the stuff, as well as to like delete heroes exist. They probably just, you know, but like using that, they set up this whole sequence where like techies appears, there's a bunch of fanfare, and then they show them. I actually think changing techies was also kind of poor, because it's like, even though old techies was a very unique playstyle and like way too different, I always thought that was the fun part of Dota, where In League of Legends, I would argue there's a lot of designs that feel very similar, especially among certain damage dealer archetypes, right? Whereas in Dota, it felt like every single hero was an entirely different game that you're playing. Like, even Enchantress and Chen, which arguably have very similar patterns of like getting a creep, at least in the early days, they both still played very differently. And even now, they play especially differently because of the recent changes, right? Of the Chen facet, plus the Enchantress thing. And even like damage dealers, like a Shadow Fiend feels very different from a Drow Ranger or a Clinks. Even though they all fulfill roughly the same role of dealing damage from range, they all care about it and do it in a very different ways. Like Clinks is a surprisingly good burst damage dealer, and he's primarily sort of like more of an in and out, sort of quickly doing your thing and setting up your skeletons. But you know, his DPS is not the same as Drow Ranger, but his burst is also different from something like a Shadow Fiend. So it's fascinating. Yeah, you loved how different Techies was. You never understood why people hate him so much. It's because it's the same problem as Yasuo, where he's so different to the game that he's now the litmus test for how different it is. Like, now that Techies is mostly modernized and feels like the game, but he still has the mines, but he still feels like a lot of the other characters. I think the litmus test for how different you are is probably either him or some other hero. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter how different he is, or it doesn't matter how much you love it. People always hate what is so different that it warps the entire game. Like Yasuo from League of Legends, I play him, and I recognize that he's a very different hero, a champion. Because when you play him, his playstyle is he has full mobility within certain spots, whereas usually other champions wouldn't, right? The only other champion that has a similar level of mobility that fulfills the same kind of roles as him, the closest is probably Renekton, and he has a very conditional thing to it. Whereas Yasuo, you can't mess it up, right? Arguably, Renekton still is a lot better because you can do it multiple times on the same person, but I digress. There's a lot of different things about that champion that like warp it, right? Where at a baseline, the gameplay is now very different. Like, you know that most people can only dash, and there's a window for it, and you know that once they dash, it's over. But every single wave, Yasuo can dash up to six times. Every single wave. So every 2 minutes he can dash. Oh, sorry, or however long. I think it's like what, a minute 30 or something now. Every time a wave comes out, he has 6 dashes plus 1 on you, and then he can keep moving back and forth. He has a wind wall that deletes projectiles, right? And he does damage. Like, he's a full damage dealer. Granted, he has to have these tools because he's very risky to play, but it's when something pushes the boundary of a game, that's when it feels bad, because then everything is compared to that boundary. And if you can't deal with that boundary and contain it as your hero, as your pick, it feels even worse, because the reason why that character is at the bounds of the game, it is the extent of the game, is because they have so many different tools to them that is so different from the norm, right? I'm sure people felt the same way when Elder Titan first released in Dota 1, right? Or they probably felt the same way when Abaddon released in Dota 1 and he got his ultimate. Like they would go, oh, this guy is so fucking broken. Like, well, he's warping the game. Now there's invulnerable. Now people can't die. Same with Troll Berserker, right? It's why it's like, it's sort of funny that they opened Deadlock and then they didn't decide to keep all the crazy ideas, where it's like, I kind of wish they would go even more wild with their ideas. Like, Deadlock's really good from a gameplay perspective, but I kind of feel like they could go even wilder with their ideas, even further to the edges, right? If they're gonna do it, they might as well do it now while it's still early and no one is in the know of the game. I say it has 50,000 players, right? Because this is the best moment to introduce new mechanics to see how it works. Granted, some things will never really work. I argue that some mechanics will never work, like, say, invulnerability or invincibility to a dying. Because, like, at least that core idea of people dying, if somebody can't die, then they can build full damage and they'll never really die. And then all of a sudden, you have no way to, like, deal with it, right? It warps too many systems at once, but I feel like, you know, even that has something that is interesting. Because it's like, even now, Techies is sort of like that, where Techies can be a 9-slot hero. He's the only one that can be a 9-slot hero. Granted, it's probably the worst facet because you have to play really, really well. But 9-slot has a lot of advantages throughout the entire game. You can now have 6 full components plus 3 consumable slots, or however much. Like, you can have consumables while still being fully kitted. You You can even have consumables while still being fully kitted and have one extra item slot, because most consumables only take 1 or 2 slots. That power difference is so massive that it's like, that warps the game rules, but maybe that's what the game needs, right? So it's like, you know, even the idea of someone dying, it's up for debate whether or not that's like a mechanic that you can't play with. Realistically, that's how far you could go. So I'm hoping Deadlock gets to that point. If everything is OP, then everything is balanced. Well, no, it's not really that. It's that, I mean, kind of. It's that different strengths and weaknesses make for different interesting things, and different strengths and weaknesses just mean that it has different strengths and weaknesses, right? Like, sure, let's say old Yamato couldn't die, and it was really broken when they added the bonus ammo. I actually think they maybe went a little bit too far by giving her bonus ammo. If they just took away the bonus ammo, but they kept it so she never died, I actually think she would have beaten the fight. Because the duration isn't that long, and if people just build tanky versus her, then she'll never be able to like keep the duration going. Now she can keep resetting duration. She's really tanky. She can kill a lot of people still. She just has the risk of being able to be bursted down, but it's still really hard, so, you know. Anyway, Snoopy, you're gonna be a... Okay, Canyon can play a gunner. Are you kidding me? Bring Yamato ult back. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people are trying to get that. Because, again, it's not bad. But it's just... I think in the moment of where the game was, it was very risky to do. Especially early on, when the game had no items. Because I'm like... Especially to do something like giving bonus ammo when you have Spirit. Like, the initial iteration of items, every item had Spirit. I remember playing one game. I think it was on stream. And I had 80 ammo. And I only bought one Titanic magazine. So I'm going from 43 base ammo with Titanic magazine to all of a sudden Spirit giving me ammo. And the scaling was so insane that I got 82 ammo in a single clip. Or magazine. And then here come the gun nerds saying, wow, which one's which? And it's like, what do you do versus that? Like, how do you beat that? You can't. Bless is good as a knight. These are chosen. Karsa is the final pick. How about we go... You know what? Canyon's good with gunner, right? We'll go fighter, gunner. That's a good bot lane. Double damage bot lane. And then we go for as much backline focus as we can. But yeah, in my mind, right, Yamato could have worked. Like, that ultimate could have worked. And that's a mechanic that pushes the extent of the game, because especially now with the way that items allow you to buy as many items of whatever category that you want. The thing that's interesting is that in buying those items of any category that you want, you pick a ranged top laner, you pussy. Even though it means that Yamato could build full damage, right? I think it still would have been fine, because the new items give you so many opportunities to like do damage before she can react. So it's like having her not die, I think was viable. On top of the fact that once people got better at movement at the game, I think now it's sort of less of a problem for her in terms of the game and her snowballing, because the likelihood of her being able to basically take over the game is very low now, I think. Because people are really good at jumping around and moving around very quickly and dodging things. Like, it's very hard to hit people now. Remember, early on, we were one of the few people who actually knew quite a few movement mechanics, and even then, our movement mechanics weren't that good. So, I can't believe she got denied by the turret. Their top laner got denied by the turret, and now she has a Wind Dagger versus his Swift Dagger. You went attack speed on Ogre. Are you kidding me? You went Vital Orb on the fighter. Are you kidding me? Why not damage? Why get Iron Sword? These people suck. F for that chatter. Yeah, I mean, nothing we can do. Another thing that's very interesting about her ultimate too is that it didn't really give her many other advantages, right? Like, there wasn't really many advantages to what she had in her state, except for not dying. Like, it still required a high level of execution of skill. The only real heavy advantage was the fact that her skill cast time was a lot lower. But even then, if you don't build for spirit damage, her skill damage, while impressive for early game, the late game and the mid game even wasn't really that high. So, I don't know. Still required like a different skill set. So you gotta ask a person that worked for something. Oh, nice, they're gonna kill her? Nice, Snoopy, wow, good. and they said they didn't know, and they said this person would know, but that person didn't know, and then they said this person would know, but they didn't know, and you went back to the original person who you asked. That's funny. I bet you your original person knew, but they didn't want to talk to you, or they didn't want to bother answering. Sorry, because like sometimes, like, not to say that I don't like my coworkers, but sometimes I get a question and I'm like, the full answer is too complicated. Go here, right? And then someone else can deal with it instead of me, and then I don't have to spend time explaining it. But it also sucks because you kind of wish that somebody could be useful to you in some way, but no one is. There's some things about Deadlock that I'm surprised at too. Like, the community around the game is very, very visceral against certain things. Like, when they give suggestions, they just say, like, get rid of this entire character, or get rid of this entire move. They don't say, well, the ammo thing is fine, but with the amount of spirit that's on items, it gives you like an overload of it, and it basically means that you never have to reload, and so now the advantages are too much. Not to say that all the, like, there's no nuance to what people say when they give balanced suggestions for Deadlock. And there's this, like, it feels like for Deadlock, oh, beat him! Why didn't you finish? You were literally in the range. I feel like for Deadlock players, but so as, why are you not killing Karsa? I feel like for Deadlock players, right? I think they should be more experimental. They should be more willing to push the boundaries as players, and they should be able to accept the fact that it's an alpha game. Like, when I go into the game, right, and I'm giving feedback, you have to give it with a level of nuance where it's like, well, which way do you want to go, right? If you go this way, then it necessitates a change on this side, but maybe the solution is something else entirely. But just to know that, like, say, you can't just give 80 ammo because it's like, there's not enough downside to being able to shoot forever, right? Like, there's nuance to these discussions, but it feels like for the pace that they're going at in the build that they're going for, in that public light, it's just too easy for people to give the worst suggestions, and basically, I think, put the game in a spot where it can potentially die before it has a chance to really spawn, right? Like, this is the early stage where you should be having fun with the game design, and you should be thinking of whatever wacky mechanics that you want and making it happen. Like, in my mind, a champion like Zed would have never come out now, which is weird to say because a champion like Zoe did come out now. But in League of Legends, I feel like a lot of that sort of risk and that, like, hedging of the bets doesn't really happen. I'm sorry, like, the hedging and, like, making sure that things are sort of, like, mostly stable feels like it happens a lot now. Which is weird to say, because Zed's come out from a long time ago. Like, the last one I remember feeling like this is a very cool-looking champion was Bel'Veth. And her release date was 2022. So, like, the last 3 years, like, I mean, actually... Maybe my memory's off, and I'm remembering more champions than have been released, but haven't been released in this time frame. So champions, League champion release date from 2022 to 2025. Because maybe I'm misplacing certain champions in certain areas. It's a question that helps them. You have to set up an account, and without that information, you can't set it up. Okay, well maybe they're trying to self-sabotage to do less work. It could be that they're just trying to get out of doing work, which would be funny. It would be funny. Yeah, so from Bel'Veth onwards, you have Melio. Nefiri was kind of cool. Briar was really cool, actually. Okay, I take it back. Yeah, I misremembered. I thought certain other champions came out in the timeline of 2022 to 2025. But actually, now that I see the list and the order, the only one that I really think was, like, really kind of boring was Aurora. She was the only one that I was like, she just feels like a normal champion. Actually, Smolder too. Smolder was also kind of very boring too. Hui at least had some interesting ideas around him, where it's like baby invoker, right? But other than that, it's pretty good. And even like, actually, Nyla was kind of boring too. But maybe it's just because Nyla was just the asshole, but more AoE. Yesterday you joking so much about Yamato players still having muscle memory for the old ult, because a lot of the time they still pop it right before they die, hoping it'll save them. Well, so yeah, because the new muscle memory that they should have is that they should use it right before something hits them. Like, the most important move is gonna hit them, and then that way they can dodge that. However, at the same time, I actually don't think that it's bad muscle memory to have that, because it does technically get a lot of value when you're that low. Because I don't know how to explain this. Like, there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot of the lowness. And, like, I don't think it's only muscle memory. I think it's just naturally the way that people want to use it, where the best way to use it is you want to bait people into a really bad situation. So it's like, you ideally want to use it right at the right moment, right before it gets really bad for you, and then you turn around and you kill them when you have all the strength. Because even though it doesn't prevent you from dying, it gives you a lot of strength. And that strength, the amount of strength that it gives you, the amount of effective HP that it gives you, EHP, because of the resistances, right? It basically gives you that much more healing. It's like if all of a sudden someone gains double their durability, right? If you go from 10 health to 5 health, and you use a skill that gives you double your durability, well, now you go from 5 health back to 10 health, even though your health is 5. It's just that ratio. I don't think people have a good idea of when it is yet for the feel, because it's closer to something like 30% of your health and not 10% of your health. The old ult, you would use it at 10% of your health and you would turn around. The new ult, it should be 30 to 40%. But that's the ratio, and then all of a sudden you have way more effective health than you started with, and then you feel that. But burst damage now can't kill you. Any amount of true damage, which I don't even think there is any in the game yet, but I might be wrong. I swear there was one skill that had something involving true damage. Can't burst you down. So they have to DPS you down, but now you have all these resistances, and your EHP is at the point where, visually you have 30 health, but if they have no resistance reductions of any kind, then you are effectively playing at double your health, or like some other crazy value, right? Especially if you build mostly damage. Again, the lower points of the value scale more than the higher points of the value. I think that's the formula, but I can't recall if they changed it, so this is working off old knowledge, right? Like, going from with 0 armor to 10 armor is a massive jump. Going from 10 armor to 20 jump is less of a jump. But either way, you still get the same amount of EHP the whole time. So it's like the feeling is like very, there's like a very good feeling there where you want to use it at the lower amounts. That way your EHP spikes, and then all of a sudden you can turn things around that the enemy has to be aware of. Which it's very obvious when it happens, but it's sort of that mind game where you can fool yourself into believing that you might be able to do it, right? Her ultimate really is a mind game ultimate, but you don't want to use it when you're too high. But again, it's just with the way that damage is, knowing the cadence of damage that's going to come to you is very difficult. True damage is only siphon bullets, maybe kinda. That's the thing, siphon bullets, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what else has a true damage, because that's the thing that's very interesting about true damage, is that it negates a lot of things, but at the same time, that's kind of what you want for certain things like that. Okay, you go Magic Knight. I should have chosen someone that was strong from their side. Snoopy has no more pick, but Snoopy could play Swordsman mid. That takes it away from GG. And now we have the bot lanes. Okay, so Fofo can go loco on Executioner and Gunner. That's good. No, we go front line. We go mid line. Yeah, we go mid line. Use over the enemy lane. Use a Dominus to apply structure. Use... Okay, just keep ganking. Oh, I can do tactics for every single person. Where pressure, aggressive. Okay, Soash. Okay, now I see the tactics. I thought it was tactics for everyone. Sorry. Early game tactics, bottom dive. If you can get bot lane going, snowballing, it gets kind of hard for them to do anything. Although mid lane dive is actually probably better if you want more late game control. Top split push should be... Pretty sure it should be Snoopy, because he can stun and basically kill people. And Carcer should be with them. Bottom split push should be Soaz. Mid lane, mid-late fight tendency, aggressive. We have a very aggressive team comp. So Soaz, you're looking to initiate, and you're looking to pressure these lanes. Snoopy, you're looking to assassin, and you're going to go to other lanes. Fofo, you're looking to initiate, and you're looking to apply pressure here. Or rather, just be frontline. And Canyon, you're looking to pressure and be backline. You think there might be some new M's that give % chance to go through resistance when shooting? But the lucky shot? I thought that was always within the game. Or am I thinking of the crit item? But yeah, either way, there's like a certain sweet spot that you want to go for. Obviously, people aren't really aware of what that sweet spot is, and maybe the fix to that sweet spot is to make it like a flat damage reduction, similar to, say, Spectre from Dota 2, but we'll see. You guys suck at knowing when to go back. That's a problem. My team has too much ego, and they don't know how to dodge things. If you're gonna go low under a turret, you can't be in range of the range damage dealer. That's literally the whole thing. If you want to bait someone, you have to bait them and then walk back a bit so that they don't know what to do. This team sucks. Wait, we're churning the tide. Wait, we're actually churning the tide. Chat, we might. Okay, well, okay. Now they're ganking top lane like crazy, but we might be doing pretty good here. Their mid lane is ganking like a monster though, but we actually are getting an advantage on bot lane. Tower is gone. Oh, thank God. And okay, now it's a full-on team fight mid. Another thing that I really hate from the community of the game is this insistence on the rank mode being fixed and being really good and stuff. Like, I get the whole point of having skill-based matchmaking because you can't figure out how good or how balanced something is until you play it, right? But I feel like it's crazy that people get so mad over the fact that the rank system doesn't work when it's... Again, the game isn't even like fully out yet. Like the game isn't even in an alpha stage. You have to be invited to play the game. It's just weird to me, the attitudes that people have in that game for a game that isn't ready. Not to say that you should have all leeway, but I feel like... Wait, we're just gonna win? Oh my God, we actually won. But I feel like it just leads to this whole problem where, again, people just have really wrong expectations of the game. Like, I wish people were more freeform, more experimental, more willing to break the game, more willing to like have changes that break the game, try those out, right? You know what? Maybe it's on the devs to not listen to the players. Let's think about the training process for your team. Sure. So your training operates based on something specific programs for each player. Right, training program. I see. Okay, well, team training program is everybody, I swear to God, you better get game understanding. I don't give a shit about the resting. We pay you 6 figures to play a video game. If you're bad at playing the video game, it doesn't make any sense. You have terrible game understanding, all of you. Every single one of these people have terrible judgment. You know nothing, so you clap for the pretty colors. I know, okay, so this is the fun part of the game. You don't need to know the mechanics of the game to be good at the game, right? This is the fun thing about Teamfight Manager that I even enjoyed from the first game, but that I enjoy of these games as a whole. These games remove a lot of the micro knowledge that you need to have. Like, all that we're talking about, none of it matters for this game. The only thing that really matters is your pick and ban, but even that's simplified in that champions only have 2 skills. Yeah, so they only have 2 skills, and that's what they do. One basic, one ultimate, otherwise they attack things. You might have to care about what the stats do and what they mean for different situations, but for the most part, you're primarily going for a strategy on the macro level, and that really matters the most. Because we won purely off of macro strategy. I didn't even like choose anything good. I just decided macro strategy, this, that, pressure this, gank this, focus on this, push this, and we somehow won, right? So when you do that, I think that's where this game shines, where you can play the game even without deep knowledge of the genre, but you still get a lot of the same satisfaction because it feels like you're there in the team fight with your team. Anyways, everyone should be training like this. I don't want to see a single person sleeping. If you sleep, you're off the team. Imagine sleeping. Who the fuck sleeps? What is a Jiangshi? So it's a small Jiangshi that goes through people and does damage. That sounds really strong for Fofo. And my SOAS sucks with it though. Don't put me in, coach. Don't put me in. Well, at some point, you're all gonna have to come in here. Because at some point, we're gonna have the channel Teamfight Manager League. I think we should do a league for the entire channel. I think it would be funny to do like an everyday thing. So it's like every day we do a new portion of the league, and I don't know how it works. Maybe you get to train. I'm hoping it's a bit like fantasy football, where you have like a set time limit for like training, and you can set a schedule for like things. But I don't know if it's that complicated. I'm gonna assume it's much more simplistic and that it's not something like a fantasy football where you have to like wait for a certain specific period of like time to like do things. But if you could, that'd be great, because then we can set like a schedule. Okay, everyone meet here on a Friday, and we'll see whose team wins who against who within the like brackets. Anyways, SOAS, where are you? Holy shit, they have Uzi. They have Uzi on the mic playing range characters. I need a good top laner. I can clear a wave and deal damage. Lancer was really good, and I think I need to prioritize the Lancer pick now. It doesn't really matter because no one on my team is very strong with him. And Snoopy can be anything, but Snoopy should take away from Uzi and Audi. And honestly, a mid lane Ice Mage is pretty good because Snoopy doesn't really have a strong pick here. Except for Monk, which is a support. So take away that from Uzi. So now Uzi has to go for the Archer, which he's just normal at. But also, I'm normal at the Ice Mage, so it evens out. And now, Audi is the final one, and Audi has a good pick on no one. So it's good. So Audi's out. And now, Fofo can be whatever, and then Canyon can be a gunner again. Canyon can... Okay, so Fofo... I think we should go Fighter. Oh, but then... What do they have? They have damage dealer, right? They have triple damage dealers. Maybe, I know it's crazy, but maybe we go for a normal priest support playthrough. So Fofo and Canyon. The problem is that Canyon is a support, so Fofo has to go for a damage dealer. That's the only problem. Hit a monocore, deals damage, no. The problem is that it's mostly melee damage dealers, which is kind of a problem. If it's mostly melee damage dealers, I kind of want you to go for a Berserker then. And you go Gunner. Alright, good luck, team. Same strategy. Pressure, and then actually you should try to initiate and go to other lanes too. So mid and top are going to try to go to other lanes as much as you can. Bot lane just stays in the bot lane. I think I put the wrong person in bot lane on initiator, front line. And then I put the other person on the back line. Don't screw stuff, Fofo. I'm looking at Canyon too, okay? Canyon sometimes stands there like they're asleep at the wheel and then they die. Oh! First blood to Fofo! That's pretty good. First blood to Fofo. And Soaz is getting some good pressure in the top lane versus BM Kibler. This might be the turnaround for Team Zenith Spark that we needed. The rank 4th team, the 4th highest ranked team, was finding their footing. Except Snoopy is now failing his team. Oh my god, wait. Oh god, what is this positioning? Oh, Fofo trying to go for the enemy backline before his backline dies. And it doesn't work out, but he doesn't care. He's going for blood! What are you doing? The tower dive has failed! Fofo underestimating tower damage there. And believing that his lifesteal was enough to make it through. Canyon is still level 1, which, granted, he's a support, but even as a support, you want access to ultimate at level 3. And he's just walking up. He doesn't even care about the fact that enemies are there. He doesn't even realize that he's a gunner. Gunner with some of the lowest base stats in the game. Without his Berserker, he's a no one. He's a nobody. This is bad. Oh no, he's getting sniped. Okay, Fofo could have easily killed her there with some lifesteal, but I think he was too afraid. And now the window is gone. Soaz could easily kill Jiangxi here, but I think he was waiting to bait out the little person. Try risky. Canyon, Fofo trying to stay in lane low health to lifesteal back up. That's pretty nuts. I don't think this is gonna work. Mr. Kibler. I don't know if Fofo knows what he's doing anymore. Fofo needs to go back. Lifesteal can't possibly bring back. Canyon is not respecting the high damage of the enemy bot laner, not realizing that Uzi is a whole level and skill above him. This is really bad for my team, chat. I don't know if my team can bring it back. It seems much more even now. Though Snoopy is doing pretty good at farming, and my team has some good items. And really, it's only their mid laner that's behind on items. My mid laner has stronger items. We just need Snoopy to gank. What a good gank, but Soaz doesn't follow up. Soaz was afraid of some burst somewhere, but I think he mistimed it and misunderstood. The Jiangxi puppet was already gone. There was nothing to be afraid of. Uzi tried to ulti Canyon at the worst time, out of turret range, and Fofo just slices him up. Thank God the enemy boss is starting to mess up here, chat. We actually might get something. And look at this. Look at that. Snoopy going for the Venom Orb with max HP damage as well, doing 2% of max HP on the damage. Savage, I wonder if I can see the list of items, right? Because some of these items are insane. No one's hit the 2000 item yet. What's the gold graph? Gold graph is looking pretty even despite the back and forth. It's actually a fairly even game. Just, you know, my team, the Zen Spark, is currently down by 1,000. But there's opportunity, and the largest opportunity is the skill differences in the heroes themselves. There's primarily damage dealers on red team, whereas my blue team has a lot of CC. And here we go, the first big fight for the major objective. Enemy team is coming in. They think that Fofo is low, but he's not low. He's just lifestealing. Oh, but it doesn't matter. The burst from Uzi. Soa's out of position. It's over. I think my team lost this entire game. Oh, but maybe they're turning around. Kibler trying to do something here. I think they're just dancing. I think they're just dirty dancing. Canyon is now taking over the mid lane pressures of holding the lane, which on Gunner is pretty good, having like an off carry there. But ideally, not realizing that turrets are made of paper mache in this game, though. Just died, lost, got pushed out. Snoopy doesn't understand positioning at all. Gets one shot by Kibler. Could have easily beat Kibler if they kept their range. Fofo always pops the lifesteal, never goes in. Is just threatening. He looks scary. Oh, here we go. Good damage by. See that? My mid lane is Soaz. He's on an initiator, and that's what we needed. Is somebody to go in and start the fights and take it over. But now my team is 3,000 gold down. Enemy team has 3 red items on 3 primary carries, and even the support who is an off carry. So we have an off carry with a red item as well, and these items are very strong. But only my bot lane, my top lane has just got their red item, so we're gonna see a lot more aggressiveness. Just hit the turret once. I'm begging you. Soaz is my most aggressive player, and if he gets a red item, that's really good because he can initiate very well and might be able to burst down a single person. Gunner, okay, Canyon missed every single skill. Look at that burst damage. That's what I mean. That red item difference. It's the ability for him and the Berserker to go in. Wow. It all came down to my top laner. It all came down to the fact that Lancer was busted, and the Lancer Berserker combo meant that both of them could run in, and neither of them would die, so they couldn't burst them down. And then they would just do burst damage in return. And then you have to fight this Berserker who's life-stealing, and then the Lancer who can just keep on dashing and then one-shotting the next squishy. Versus a team full of squishy people. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. What a great game. Well, it's finally time to play a full 5v5 match. In 5v5, the jungle, so it's going for the League of Legends style. Okay, girls playing jungle monsters. So now jungling, it's these monsters. That's interesting. I wonder if I can determine the routing or if it knows the routing, because the routing is interesting in that both sides have a jungler, right? And so usually within League of Legends, especially, there's not much variation in the jungle routing, but you can play with it. Counter jungling is a major strategy that you can do, and it puts you so far ahead of the enemy team that it can feel almost debilitating. And it's very important too because it's one of the few places in the game that has resources that can feel extra on top of the base resources that the game gives you. Like every enemy that dies and your team doesn't pick it up is a resource that is going to waste, right? But in the jungle, they sit there and they wait for you to like happily pluck the organs from their bodies. Junglers, junglers disgust. No. Junglers deserve respect. Junglers, do you know why they deserve respect? Because junglers are one of the few things that are standing in between you and the losing. What does it mean by 6-6? The only thing that's a little complicated is this thing. I don't know what is 5 to 6 a year. 6 to 6 a year. Oh, it's the points. It's the actual points that they get. So every year they get 6 to 7 points. I think we also need positioning though. So we need a little bit positioning. Streaming? What the fuck? We don't need money. Money comes naturally as skill increases. I just need them to win the game. Next practice match will feature expanded rules. Now there's a character called the Gambler. Now we have a jungler. We have Blitz Chung as well as Messiah. Messiah the Messiah, but we need somebody who's really good at roaming and has an aggressiveness. Because the jungle is all about being aggressive. So even though Messiah has good skill, we need to go for somebody with the right mindset. Because the mindset of jungle matters more than the skill. Because this is the thing about jungle, okay? What are you practicing the micro of your skills for? What does it matter if you're animation canceling inside the jungle as a League of Legends jungle champion? Like, buddy, the monsters don't move. They're designed for you to punch them. Like it's literally like that meme. It's like that video of that guy who tries to act really cool, and he's like walked away from like a training dummy, and then he like stabs the like training dummy, and he does all these crazy moves. He's like, is like fake fighting moves that like look very bad, you know, because he's very not good at it. It's the same thing. It's like it's literally not going to do anything to you. But what you need is the understanding of the game flow and that aggressiveness to take those advantages. Because guess what? Junglers naturally give the game a slant advantage towards your side. As long as you know that you won't be counter-jungled, aka the enemy jungler won't appear on the gank, and as long as you go in at the right time, the jungler literally increases your chances of winning by at least 30%. If not 50% in that one particular fight within a lane. It's that powerful of a role. I actually think that more people in jungle should be ganking quite a bit more, just to be able to gain advantage, or at least just to pressure the map. Like, especially in one of the few roles that can pressure the map, you should learn how to pressure the map well. Sure, you can play reactively, and sure, you can play safely to get to the top, because people will make mistakes. But where's the fun of that, right? Like, you gotta go in. You gotta go all in. What's a gambler? Roll a die and attack an enemy a number of times equal to the results. Each attack deals 30 plus 80% of the attack damage as physical damage, with the ratio of the game by 50% per hit. What? Each attack has a 30% chance to reduce the skill's remaining cooldown by 20%. So I see. So they can keep rolling dice, and then whatever the ratio means, I don't know. But Soaz is really good as a gambler, and that's a ranged top laner, which is really good for my team. But Canyon, what is Canyon good at? I don't really know. Well, I mean, banning, we had to ban their picks, their strongest picks. And of their players, honestly, if we can shut down their mid or their top, bot lane can be a shitter and we'll still win, right? It's all about shutting down mid top. Bot lane can be a shitter and we'll still win. So, no, wait. Well, what am I saying? Shut down jungle. We gotta shut down jungle. Jungle has all the power. We have to shut down jungle now. If we don't shut down jungle, it's over. Jungle gunner? That's crazy. That sounds stupid. That sounds really dumb. But it doesn't matter what the champion is. You're there to do damage. It doesn't matter. Alright, here we go. Soaz, you're a gambler. Good shit. Blitzchung can play Jiangxi in the jungle, which I think is okay. Because it also has a stun. And that stun... But the stun is at level 3. It's very item dependent of a role too, but maybe that's fine because item dependency in jungle isn't that bad because you're mostly farming anyways, so it's not that painful. Who else is he good at? He's good at somebody that it doesn't exist yet. Okay, sure. So we'll take it away to Blitzchung, and Snoopy can instead go for anybody. Oh, see, Macnoon is really good at Lancer. Snoopy isn't good at anyone, so therefore Snoopy becomes Lancer. So mid is now hampered. Mid has to go for the Executioner, which is bad mid. I mean, it's not bad. But versus Lancer, it sucks. They got the Mage. Big Daddy is their bottom lane player. That's a good name. Big Daddy. Big Daddy can play Assassin. Fofo is my bot lane player, so I need Fofo to choose their top character, which would have been a Jiangxi. Or somebody else with the coat, but I can't see the coat person. Maybe I'm not looking. Cavalry. But if I can take away Big Daddy's pick of Dual Blade, maybe that's fine. Because we just need a damage dealer as the main bot laner. And then the support can be anything. Canyon could be Gunner, could be Thing. Although Gunner and Thing are both picked, so Canyon... I mean, Canyon can be a fighter, yeah. Alright, yeah, it's good. So melee, 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 melee. Yeah, it's good. I still don't know how to, like, champion swap. Like, I don't get how you do You can champion swap. Fuck, I didn't know. I thought it was only role swap, because I was thinking, like, oh, it's only role swap. Okay, so you can do champion swaps. Okay, so I'm stupid. I could have made that so much easier for... I could have made it so much easier for myself. God damn it. Other lane... Oh, look, there's even more options now. So, top lane can go other lane intervention. Jungle intervention, I think, is better for top lane. Because... The interesting part about these different lanes, right? Because of how the lanes are set up, the reason why mid lane has so much pressure on the map and why mid lane is such an important lane is because mid lane has one of the few lanes that has equal distance to both sides and thus can choose. Like, it has the same opportunity on both sides. So if an opportunity arises on one side, it's not necessarily like a major loss to go for it. Whereas bot lane, I mean, positions 5s can, but like, let's say like a core position, whatever the name is. I forget the actual name for it now, which position it is. Say like a top lane and wants to go to the bot lane. it's just too far. Like it isn't worth the resource loss, right? A support can leave their bot lane, but it's like top lane can't ever leave top, you know. So they can maybe go mid at best or jungle, but that's about it. So go jungle, mid. Prioritize ganking lanes that are in a disadvantage. Wait, no, Blitz Chung. They can either counter jungle, they can either gank lanes, they can either get specific lanes, or they can go for the bad lanes. I think they should counter jungle. The further behind we can put their jungler, the better. But if I'm doing that, then mid should be helping the jungle. So how about this? Mid is just gonna help jungle, top is gonna help jungle, bot lane is gonna have to fend for themselves. Okay, they're gonna have to fend for themselves. They're gonna have to focus on jungling. Diving isn't really important, because I think the laners are gonna try to gain pressure on the jungle, and I think getting a resource bonus is better than the alternative. Bot lane is gonna be feed, so bot lane should focus on playing passive. Sorry. Bot lane should focus on playing passive, and you should play assassin, and passive, and you should play frontline. Okay? Then just pressure your own lane, and if you have to though, go to a different lane. I'd rather stack bot lane than have them die over and over. I don't know if the strategy works. It's a terrible strategy because the risk is very high. Because counter jungling too, right? The thing about counter jungling is how often does your routing allow for that? So again, it's why it's a very strong strategy, but you don't know the risk of when it's easy for you to leave lane to go counter jungle. Yeah, gamble. Yeah, good gamble. Bottoms are passives. Got it. There we go. He's killing bees now. Why are you killing bees? Why is he killing bees? That's not passive. Canyon, that's not passive. What are you doing? Play passive, please. Passive! Do you not understand the word passive? Wait, but they're winning. Oh! That was with passive play. Fofo, you're getting erased. Buddy, you're gonna get you're getting erased. I'm like a coach in the back room, eating my snacks, looking at my players play, and screaming at the screen going, oh! You know what I mean? Like, yes! You're getting erased if you kill this. Welcome to 7 figures! Woo! We're going to the top, baby! Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's working. It's actually working. The problem is that my jungle is the only one that's failing, because my jungle is still level 1. And she has not successfully counter-jungled once. And now she's going to die. Blitz Chung, you're on thin ice, buddy. You're on thin ice, Blitz Chung. You're on thin ice. You want to be on this team? You want to play in the jungle? Oh, you want to play a PvE game? Go play Slay the Spire! What the fuck are you doing? Pick it up! Get that guy. Oh, bot lane is actually carrying this time. Wow, bot lane's doing work. Fofo is going crazy. Like, what the fuck do you mean? What the hell do you mean? Oh, sorry, boss. I thought jungle was all about clearing waves. Well, guess what? You should just play Slay the fucking Spire if that's what you thought. Idiot? What are you here for? It's a PvP game. Soaz! No! Why did you not dodge the stun? Walk away! Good job, Fofo. Another kill. Fofo is going crazy. Fofo with her passive play is doing work. Snoopy always dominating. Blitz Chung is level 2. Compared to their jungler Koala who's level 3. This is really bad, chat. Fofo! Fofo is gonna carry us in this entire game. The problem is I don't know how good they're gonna be at carrying because they're melee and the enemy team has a lot of CC. So if they go in, then they die. So they have to choose the right time to go in here. But they are playing in an assassin playstyle, so it should work. Hopefully they know what it means to play assassin. But Blitz Chung has absolutely failed the counter jungling game. The first counter jungle attempt ended up in a failure, so strategies of mid and top are now gone. And Blitz Chung is just feeding the mid. It's just feeding the mid laner. Okay, we're gonna fire Blitz. We're gonna fire Blitz, and we're gonna go for the other jungler. This is really bad. First game. You know that saying of like, why would I fire you? You've already made the mistake, so you know not to do it again. That's a lie. It doesn't matter if it's your first mistake or your last mistake. It's all the same. Like, look at this. What are you doing? Diving into 5 people? At what level? With who? At level 3? Oh, what do you do? Fucking nothing. Your team isn't even ready. But this is a good turnaround. Can Snoopy do it? Snoopy is the main initiator here with a full... If Fofo gets a good pick here off of Ziv or MacNoon, good kill! But they got a return kill onto Fofo. Highest damage dealer is gone, but Big Daddy is only level 2 and the hook is on cooldown. Can they turn this around? If they can get the advantage, or Snoopy is going for the kill, and they might be able to if they can just go for a single tower dive. Blitzchung, what are you doing? What are you doing? Blitz trying to bring their name back into the spotlight, throwing the game. Another play with Hattie on mid. Blitz almost threw the game there, believing that they could turn it around and save themselves from being fired. Blitz, what are you doing, buddy? You're never gonna see your pro league ever again. What the fuck are you doing? Fofo, oh! Fofo with a snipe on the side! He's about to get 2! What does a level 2 do into a level 6? You don't even have ultimate yet! Oh my god! The thrill! Can I say something? This game has gotten so much better. That was my only complaint of the first game, was the map was so boring. The addition of the MOBA style map is such a good addition. It actually feels like a real interesting game. Because look at this, now there's upsets, now they fight over objectives, and look at that AoE damage from blue team doing work. Top lane is going to protect Ziv for now, but not for long. They're at half health. A single dive could take him out. Snoopy can easily burst him down. The addition of the jungle really helps. The addition of the lanes really help. The addition of these like extra objectives really helps. Just compared to Teamfight Manager 1 where it was just about fighting, seeing the strategy play out, it's such a good angle to go down. It really works well. And even if it doesn't play well, not that I don't think it does. I actually think it plays better than it did in Teamfight Manager 1. I think... But also, I don't remember because it's been 4 years, so who really knows? But I feel like it's more fun to watch and it's more engaging for you as the manager now. So, even if there are problems with it, like let's say some of your characters do play very poorly, right? And some of the AI does suck, at least it's fun to watch. And the upsets, the natural upsets. Fofo going for the tower and thought they would signal for a dive, but their team decided to play back. Snoopy was afraid. Gambler, Soaz going in, oh, but couldn't get the finish on either top or support. Blitzchung just basically a bot. Blitzchung is getting fired after today. Blitzchung should never play Jiangxi ever again. By the way, Blitzchung is the only person on my team who's on their preferred character. So the only person on my team who is on a preferred character is Blitzchung. That's bad. They're trying their best, but the best isn't good enough. Blitzchung once again falling out of position, didn't even get hooked there, just walked in. Big Daddy says, why even bother hooking when this person just walks into me? Wadi going in, hitting corner, thought he was pushing up for his team to tank with his massive health pool, but got shut down. Koala tried to escape with a nice iframe dodge on certain moves, but died there. Beautiful hook into Fountain. Got Fofo tried to go in there to burst them down before they died, but it's too late. What is this tower dive on the enemy base? It's over. That's bad. Blitzchung decided that their time was better spent killing bees. Someone call David Suzuki or the Green Party or something. We need something to talk to this guy. Like the nature, they're ruining the local ecology, right? At least kill the tree. It's just a giant overgrown weed. But like the bees, they pollinate the bushes that you use for stealth. MacNoon hanging in the back, waiting for the opportunity to jump back into the fight. Big Daddy getting low. Canyon and Blitzchung fighting for the lives. Well, he's very tanky, but with enough DPS he will fall, and there's a lot of DPS coming from Soaz. Everybody's so low. They just need one AoE burst. And here we go. Fofo is in the fight, and the cleanup is happening. Everybody's going down. That's 4 kills. That is a team wipe. They get the major objective. I forget the name of the tree. Blue team is up 11k gold, chat. My team is up 11k gold. Look at the make it. You can tell I've been practicing the caster voice for a very long time. I've been practicing the caster intonation too. Because the caster intonation is they stop like... Ba-dee-da-ba, ba-dee-ba-ba. It's something that I like to do is just practice different like role intonations and stuff like that to like emulate them. Let me introduce you to solo rank. What the hell is solo rank? What? Here you can check the results of players' solo rank queues and their rankings by server. Perks is Blitzchung is rank 2? This shitter? The shitter on my team is rank 2. You're a fucking shitter! You're a shitter! Solo rank differs from professional matches, so a player's solo rank doesn't directly correlate with their high skill. But high-scoring players in solo rank may have great potential. No, Blitzchung fucking sucks. That guy was the worst jungler I've ever seen in my entire life. No thought in his head going, I'll stand here at level 1 versus level 3, and then I'll die when their other laner comes over. Like, you see mid lane's missing, you have a mini-map, your mid lane is going, hey, mid lane's missing, you're gonna die. What are you doing? Get out of their fucking jungle. Snoopy, that's crazy that Snoopy is ranked 21. I think Snoopy should be ranked 2. And Blitzchung should be ranked 21. I think they got the wrong 2-1 combo, okay? It's like 6-7. You get Hai, Ning, Bang. Karsa, I'm surprised Karsa is that high up, but he was really good. Who else is on my team that I use a lot? Where's the rest of my team, actually? Where's the rest of my team's stats? Wait a minute. That's insane. Chat, the highest ranked person on my team is my worst player. They're ranked 2. The next highest rank is my best player, and they're ranked 21. That's fucking crazy. Wait. This team is awful. The best solo ranked player on my team is ranked 2, and it's the worst player on my team. The best player on my team is the second highest rank, and he's ranked 21, so he's a shitter. Oh my god. What? Heavy infantry. Okay, at least we have a new champion, sure. Blitzchung, I'm gonna sub you out for Messiah. Good aggression, good roaming, but not good mechanics, not good understanding of when to do things. Maybe the aggressiveness was too much. Just a poor understanding. He's been subbed out. Blitzchung gonna have to eat some instant noodles for the rest of the year here. Now we got Messiah coming in. Basically a nobody in the scene. I mean, 28 years old, basically dead. Blitzchung, 23, still young, fingers can still work. Basically the same champion pool too. Jiangxi, but with the warrior. But now we also get the I think the other assassin guy in too. So this is pretty good. What is Messiah's rank? Can I see their rank here? No, I can't. Okay, well this is good. All right, let's see how this goes. Soaz could play heavy infantry, and honestly, as a top lane, it seems pretty good. Good AOE, good slows, good damage, good CC. But I want to ban their best characters. And Deft looks like an insane jungler. Again, jungle and mid are the 2 lanes that you really want to target ban, because you don't want to deal with a really good jungle, you don't want to deal with a really good mid laner, at least in League of Legends due to how easy it is to gank and roam in a game. In Dota 2 is a little bit different, where supports and bot lanes, like, it feels like the bans in Dota 2 feel way more balanced in terms of what roles they target, because everybody has equal, it feels like a lot of equal potential between multiple roles. Whereas in League of Legends, it's mostly support, jungle, mid that can do things, and it's mostly jungle mid. Support is just there to be a stun bot, basically. If it's Deft, if we're gonna ban Deft stuff, it's Gunner as a jungler sucks. As a jungler, that sucks, as well as whatever that person is. Where I wish there was a way that I could select. That's one thing that I wish that was there. If I could highlight over the character, or I could click on them, and it shows me only their preferred champions, right? It would make the pick ban phase very easy, but it would also make it easier for you to learn who is who, because there's a lot of different names, and these sprites are very low density, low mass, low impact, to where it's very hard to tell at a glance who's who. Especially when you look at this, right? The icons for preferred champions is only the head detail as well as the color. But this is like, you see the whole thing and there's not much to look at. It's kind of hard. They all have very similar silhouettes. That's the one thing actually that League of Legends and Dota does very, very well, that a lot of other third-party MOBAs don't seem to do well, is the silhouettes. League of Legends now is getting really crazy with the skins. Like, well, even for a couple years, the skins have basically ruined the silhouettes. But still in Dota 2, aside from certain skins with really cool effects, it's very easy to tell who is on you. Like, I know when a Spectre has ultied and it's gonna solo me, the lone support. We'll go here. I don't know, maybe okay, but I don't think Death has anything except for Gunner, and I don't mind losing Gunner because Canyon can just play anyone. Okay, bot lane Canyon is a real thing. Canyon can play fighter too. Get rid of Death's Gunner, and their other character isn't here, but we might as well then target ban the mid lane Flame. We can go for anybody, including Pyromancer, as well as what's the Dual Blader. Dual Blader is a very strong pick for burst, as we've seen. Pyromancer is very good too, but it's every 3 seconds. Like the damage of a Pyromancer is at range is a little bit harder. Whereas the burst of the Dual Blade combo with using the first skill and then the second skill to double damage, it's really strong. So we get rid of this because no one on my team is good at them. Now, Messiah needs to be the Messiah. There's a Pole Warrior, which we saw is really good, but I think Lancer is still the top pick, even though Snoopy is really good at Pole Warrior. But Messiah needs to get out there and really push out. However, Messiah, there are only 2 picks for Jiangxi, which is kind of okay, but level 3 really gets a lot better. But they also have the Ninja, which is actually pretty good. Range skill to start the combat. Dash, untargetable, basically Juggernaut ulti. That's pretty good. Do I care more about the stuns or do I care more about the damage? I think that in the jungle, I think I care more about the damage. And having base damage on skill is very good. Because Jiangxi is kind of weird in that they need a lot of gold to deal damage because it's based on percentage of damage. So it scales better over time, but it's lower base damage, right? Whereas, you know, so early game, you lose a lot of pressure early game for late game dominance. But with this guy, you get both. We get Ninja for Messiah. They picked the pole and they picked Executioner. So, shit. I was hoping to get the pole for Snoopy. Maybe I'll go for... I can go for... well, I mean, I could go for Lancer as always. So and then Messiah. And then now Soaz can get heavy infantry. That's a huge pick. Now Mark is the only one left. Mark is a support. And Mark could actually play Pythoness, which gives healing in team fights as well as damage. And actually, we should take that instead. And Fofo will instead play anybody but Jiangxi. Although Jiangxi bot lane does seem pretty good, because if you're going to scale with gold and levels... No, but it's also the levels too, because you need the level scaling too. I don't think it's worth it to put them on the bot lane Jiangxi, because the possibility of them getting swept is too high. But you know what? We risk it for the biscuit because I want to fire one more person. Alright, go. So, Soaz, you go for this one. Right? Who goes for this one? See, again, like I wish you could just highlight and show what to do. Okay, so Snoopy goes here. You get that. Fofo, you two swap. There we go. This is good. Alright. Same strategy. Jungle intervention, I think, is very high here because their jungler is the pole dancer and the pole warrior. And the pole warrior, while strong, I don't think can beat Messiah's character. So I think we go for jungle intervention again. But except for mid lane should go for other lane intervention. And bot lane is just the same old passive, other lane intervention. And actually, they should try to pressure this lane. If they can pressure this lane and stay alive, this could be good. So this is a sort of like a mid-line character, right? And then Jiangxi isn't really a front line, it's more of a mid-line as well. No, it's more of an assassin, really. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's see how it goes. This is a very interesting game. Again, I didn't think it would be such a major change to add this new dimension to the game of a real map, but as soon as I saw it, I just had this feeling, and I was thinking to myself, it's gonna feel good. And guess what? It feels really, really good. There's just something amazing about the fact that they were able to make this work. Because again, the first one, and a lot of auto battlers in the general can feel a lot like they just have this one dirt circle that people fight in, and I don't really get why, because it just feels so empty. But here, this feels great. Because now people are fighting all the time, and there's different strategies. You can pick and choose based on lane composition, so you have to care about the early game, the mid game, the late game, because you have to transition towards like a late game team fight posturing versus like an early game survive the lane and maybe even win the lane posturing. Do you choose to win the early game to push advantage? Like, it gives meaning to the early, mid, late macro, and it allows you to strategize around it. Whereas before, it felt like it was just team fight, which is fine, but you lose out on that variability and that sort of push and pull on strategy, where it's like something that might be good early or mid game might not be good late game or mid game, right? So it's you know what it is? It feels like you gain a level of balance in the strategy that you have to do, where you have to now balance things too, and not just have overwhelming power in like one axis. Except my jungler just sucks. I don't know what they're doing. Why are they counter juggling at this point? They got a lot of pressure on bot lane to free farm though, and they get to crash the wave, but that was bad. I also just really enjoy the fact that you can just have them move around, though I can't wait until maybe the full game comes out and we get to name our own team, right? Because that's when I think the game is going to be really good. And if we can do the online league stuff, if we can do our own, you know, PvP league with the entire channel, I think it's going to be a very fun time. And again, I just love games that let you just watch your units do things. It's a bit like playing a summoner. There's some satisfaction that comes in seeing your children grow up to kill someone. It's very nice. But yeah, my bot lane screwed. Fofo did not get the gold that they needed, sadly. Gold advantage is actually somehow pretty close. I thought it'd be way further off, but still, the Jiangxi is not going to scale for very long. Though the sustain is helping a lot, keeping them alive. It's not really helping to do much, because the damage from the Pythoness only comes from level 3. Because that's when you do the AoE heal plus damage. Otherwise, this damage on bot lane is super low, and it could be easily bursted down just like that. Level 3 with a stun into the ultimate move. That was really good. Now they have a stun counter move to stay alive. They can't be towered over here. Deft is trolling. Deft has trolled his entire team. Oh, but what a counter kill from him. Stubby almost got a kill. Messiah going for a kill here. Oh! Beautiful Juggernaut ulti. Misses the orb. Misses the orb. Gets killed. I need to put my team into aim labs here to give them a chance to train. It's gonna be hard for them to pull back here. Soaz and Crow. It's a top lane classic where they just farm, basically. Like the off lane just farms, and then at some point you get out farmed because off lane Dota 2 is against their main lane. But I digress. In League of Legends, they're both off lane, so they both just the farm. That's one thing about Dota 2 that I enjoy. The lane asymmetry is really nice. In League of Legends, the lane symmetry but jungle asymmetry is kind of nice, but it does mean that laning is boring. There's no real dynamism of like, oh, you need to help your off lane. Otherwise, their position 1 is going to get very strong off of your off lane. And my team is not set for this, but Snoopy on the classic Lancer, not going in, leaving Fofo to die, realizing Fofo is just terrible at what they do. Fofo, got to go back to those assassin playstyles. I think Fofo is only really good on dealing damage. Jiangxi is just too high skill cap for Fofo to use. I think Jiangxi is just way too high skill cap, because you need a lot of gold, a lot of money, a lot of XP. But also laning wise, I think it's a mid lane hero. I don't think Jiangxi is a jungle or a bot lane, because those two roles get very starved. Has to be mid or top lane. Flame taking our jungle, just kill them instead of letting them take our jungle, please. I'm begging you, kill her. Good kill, good stun from a top laner. And now they're trying to chase him down, but the only initiation that I have, and I realize the flaw of my plan now, everyone's really good at dealing damage, but I have follow-up initiation. I don't have main initiation. My main initiation is just Snoopy. It's not Soaz. It's just the mid laner Lancer. It's not the warrior, the immortal warrior guy. He doesn't really initiate well. And the thing about Jiangxi sucks versus range. So it's like, you know, by the time they get in to stun someone, it's too late, because they'll be like low health. But see, that's when they fight together, it's good. But when they can get in, but even then, Snoopy just dies. I think it's over. My healer is literally AFK saying, "I can't get there. I can't get there. It's scary." Support players, when they see a spider on their desk, be like, here we go, Jiangxi doing 20 damage per move, because Jiangxi is... You're crazy. That's crazy. Look at the itemization from my bot lane Jiangxi. Max HP increases by 30 on enemy kill. How many kills do you have? Fucking 0. What role are you? A damage dealer. What are you doing? Why did you build this? Your skill scales off damage. Why would you buy an item that only increases max health on kills, and but then you don't have any skills to get kills? What's wrong with you? I need to put them through training to get them knowledge on how to build items. Because I don't think they know how to build items. That's the worst item that they could have chosen. And they even decided to upgrade it, getting nothing, but we're already dead. Let's limbo statistics, sure. You can review various statistics related to masters. Utilize the stats of players as a champion will greatly help. Yeah, greatly help. I think they're only really good on the assassin. I think Jiangxi is a mid champion. And if they're gonna go for an assassin, maybe we can go assassin Lancer bot lane. But at least Lancer for like mid top bot. Assassin for the bot lane Fofo. I just need to pick first. I just need to first pick assassin. This is the demon now. Sure, okay, let's just go. Alright, let's go. Okay, Messiah. Messiah, you are not the Messiah, but you are the Messiah. Misayusa. Transform into a demon for 4 seconds, gaining stats. Wait, that's actually pretty good. And you swap positions with the person that you hit. That's pretty good. Even though no one's really strong at it, that's pretty good. Okay, Deft. Again, I wish you could see who Deft can pick. I don't think a gunner jungle is scary. If I'm looking at what lost me that game, it was really their bot lane and their top lane. But in general, I don't think the jungle pick of like a gunner is that scary. So I just need to go for the other picks. Of the bot laners, what can Portia do? Again, this UI is a little shit because you can't see at a glance what everyone has. I kind of wish you could see that because the pick and ban is sort of that deal of what you know. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, they have a piece of paper while they're doing picks and bans and they know at a glance who does what. And in Dota 2, you can search for the names of different heroes. And in same with League of Legends, you can search for the name of different champions. So, you know, it's actually better to be a pro than it is to be here to do this. Okay, top lane can play a support priest, which is terrible, or I don't know what that is, because again, I can't see what Crow. They can play cavalry, which is pretty good actually. I'm willing to ban the cavalry to lower my team because they can do Deft, Portia, and Crow on this triple. Flame, I really need the dual blade myself. I need to take it away from Flame. And in doing so, I can take Pyromancer out of the game. I can now take a dual blader out of the game. Now they took the shit Jiangxi, perfect. We'll do Demon for top lane, and mid lane we'll go for, you know, classic Lancer initiation. Especially versus their team with 1 rage. They have a Berserker, which means I think we need to pull people away with Mark. And honestly, Canyon could go Gunner or Fighter. But I think we gotta go for that full-on melee burst. I don't think Gunner's that good. Maybe we get the stun plus the slow. Although, the Gunner can attack enemies while moving. Okay, that's a good pick. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Messiah. That's good. I mean, Fofo really should be this though, because I got this for Fofo, and then this, the Executioner. I can probably put this. I know this is crazy, but maybe Pudge Jungle works. Maybe Pudge Jungle works, but I think the mid and the top have to be these high damage picks. These very high damage picks. Top is a good solo lane where Demon, I think, would thrive. And then otherwise, no one has any good picks. So, all right. We only have one good. We only have one person on their pick, which is the support, but that's fine. We pressure the lane. You initiate to kill this laner. You need to just gank people. Just gank advantage lanes and just initiate the gank. Gank focus instead. You need to be an assassin. And you need to gank other lanes. You need to be an assassin, and you need to pressure your lane aggressively. You need to be a damage dealer, and you need to pressure your lane specifically. And you need to focus on fighting from the mid line. I don't know if this is gonna work. I like really thinking about this. Putting Executioner jungle. Look at this jungle clear. He has no skills to help him jungle clear. He can hook the jungle, and it does nothing. Even Lancer would have been better. It's all banking on the fact that maybe he can gank. Canyon already failing to keep positioning. Canyon's dead. Canyon is on thin fucking ice. Oh my god, Snoopy, what are you doing? Why are you kind of jungling for Messiah? I know Messiah can't jungle for shit as the Executioner, but Oh god, this is the worst possible. You're getting Cali jungled! Oh my god, it's over. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. This is a disaster. Their jungle is a whole jungle camp up. They have so much more resources. Bot lane is already up 1 kill. This aggressive playstyle on bot lanes are already failing. Canyon just fails the Fofo once again too. It's over. Soaz not able to push the advantage as the demon to counter the range at top lane. Messiah can finally maybe gank, but for who and for what? It's too late, buddy. You should have focused on your jungle routing. Death is at top lane. There's 3 people mid because bot lane is just gone. Snoopy once again fighting from behind to try his best to stay alive. Oh my god. The demon isn't doing anything. But look at this. Look at this. Lancer doing work to the Berserker. Mid Berserker can't do anything. Already dead. Swap into instant death. Oh my god. Tower killed, but it's an execution, so it doesn't give the gold. Canyon gets 2 shots. 2 shot by the archer. What is my Lancer doing? Trying to bait them into a move there, but absolutely failed. Chat, this is bad. This is really, really bad. Oh, the demon going in. That's the power of the demon, right? Push the advantage on anything. Oh my god. Wait, is it jungler ranged? It is. Look at him. Oh god, I'm never doing executioner jungle ever again. He doesn't have a skill of a jungle. All he can do is hook. But at least in real life, a real Pudge player would even hook the jungle creeps just to do damage to it. What the fuck was that hook? What are you doing going demon form? And then you recall. What are you doing? Oh! Why didn't you go in, Canyon? You pussy. It's over. We instantly lost. It's just over. Just skip ahead. This is an absolute disaster of a game. We've had no pressure anywhere. Jungle is still trying to hit level 3. They just hit it. We somehow got mid lane. Oh, the demon going in. Wait. Okay, bring it back. Bring it back. Have hope. Demon is going crazy. Demon almost turned it. Demon versus Berserker is kind of hard there. Never mind, it's over. Okay, speed up again. They're going to take the major objective. They get a permanent stat boost, which is really, really bad. Messiah, once again, trying to clear the tree. Doesn't even get it in that time. Oh, team doing can get there. Fofo not even trying to pressure to go for any heals. So, oh, look at the demon. The demon's going crazy. Pop the ultimate. Here we go. Messiah, keep it going, buddy. What is that hook? What is that hook? Beautiful. The demon pick is so good, chat. Wow, this demon is going nuts. The items are going pretty good. The Messiah is going for a tank build, which is good because he's shit. So you might as well. Everyone's going for damage, which is really good. And my demon is going crazy. My demon has just started on second item. But the enemy team's already been going for second item. But look at this. Oh, they just killed the demon. The warrior got it. What are you doing? Turn. Fofo's there. Kill. Hello, you guys pussy? Thank you. I'm gonna call my doctor later. Get high blood pressure, you know? I don't think being a coach of this team, I don't think I'm cut up for this team. You know, I'm pretty sure coaches also think this too. Well, the coaches must also think, god damn it, I have to coach, I have to teach these shitters? Why am I here? Why would I do this? But they also can't say no, because they also have an easy job. Actually, I would argue coaches have the harder job. I would argue, what is that emo? Is that Gordon Ramsay? Ah, it's raw! I would argue coaches have one of the hardest jobs in esports because they have an otherwise normal job. They're not really playing the game. They have to deal with children, like grown children. Like a 28-year-old child who has too much ego and says, I can do it, who then fails despite having done this for the last 12 years of life. Like, honestly, it's crazy how esports, right? You've done it for 12 years of your life, and you still have these problems. Like, any other job, that level of professionalism after 12 years would be expected of you. But here I am, playing with fucking 28-year-olds with 12 years of experience who don't know how to do shit. Like, what do you mean after 12 years your skill is only 51? 51 out of 100. Like, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? It's nuts. What is this death bush? What is this gank? What is this gank positioning? They're waiting for somebody to walk mid to gank them and then kill them because they know that the game is over. But and then they were like, fuck it, guys. Let's just give up. It's not worth it. But now they're getting churned on. The demon is unleashed and the demon has been put back into the ground. Desummon. Oh, but it's 1 for 1 at the moment. Can they get a 2 for? Can they get the 2 for 1, 2 for 2? Blue team is going down. Red team is over. Messiah trying to tank everything, but I don't know why Lancer didn't just keep on running. Yeah, it's over. It's over. GG everyone. GG. Ups to your mum. GG no re. Bad game next. Report bot lane. Report mid lane. Report jungle. Especially report jungle. Fucking execution of the jungle. Thank you. We'll finally conduct a practice match in a best of 3. Chat, we're gonna do a best of 3 match. Are you kidding me? We're gonna do a best of 3? Oh shit. Chat, this is it. This is the final moment, chat. Are you guys ready? There's a vampire in the mix now. I have no hope for this team. I actually have 0 hope for this team. But Messiah is better. Actually, what's funny is that even though Blitzchung did awfully, Blitzchung actually somehow did pretty good compared to Messiah. Blitzchung, you're up. I also like this how this game has you pulling people in and out, because the idea of like, oh, you might pull someone out to work here, you might pull someone out to work there. I like that idea because it feels like, oh, you have to put players into the game for them to like practice, right? You can't just have them be out there doing nothing the entire time. Maybe Jungle Vampire would be good, because I can actually get that early. Pyromancer has double pick for Thal, Jungle, and mid. They threw away both their Jungle's picks, so now I can throw away just their mid's picks, which is Zinc, which I can pull. Top lane, Love Ling, I can pull anybody from top lane, which is Ogre. Not that strong. I think Demon might beat Ogre, but Ogre does scale with permanent max health bonus, which is scary. My team works really well with heavy infantry, but I don't really care about that. What I care about is their team. I need to choose the right champions. Because I'm going to say this, because this game has balance patches, right? In-game balance patches. I think Jiangxi just fucking sucks. I think Jiangxi just doesn't have enough balance patches. They have to rebalance them. Ogre could be good, though. Ogre could be kind of nice in terms of permanent scaling. And for top lane, that is pretty good. So maybe we do get rid of Ogre. But I just really don't want to deal with a strong bot lane from them. But I don't think they have a good bot lane. Because I'm gonna steal Vampire. So take Ogre out. Steal a Vampire for jungle, which is crazy, but I think it works. They take heavy infantry, but that's fine. I then take, well, Soaz can go anybody. Gambler was pretty good. Jiangxi just sucks. If we go with the idea that Jiangxi sucks, right? Then maybe we do this. Maybe, I mean, Demon's kind of nice here, but they won't pick Demon. But Demon's really good for top and mid, so we get this Demon. Lancer was really good for initiating, but the problem with Lancer is that's kind of painful. Whereas, what if you go Executioner mid? I just keep trying to make Pudge work, and I don't know why I keep trying to make it work, even though he sucks. Because the AI sucks at aiming his attack, so it's not like it's any good. But I keep trying to make it work, and I don't know why. I just like the idea of like me having Pudge. It just feels good. We'll go bot lane, Canyon, Fofo. Canyon can go Gunner, and Fofo can actually go Dual Blade again for damage. But versus this team, their team is very strong melee, I think they should be going range instead. So why don't we go Ice Mage Fofo? Ice Mage Fofo, Canyon this, mid lane that, Demon, top lane, Vampire, Jungle. Vampire Jungle. That's awful. Demon Jungle, because Demon Jungle has the empowered form, the avatar form. And then they can go into ganking everyone else. Okay. And then Vampire at top lane. I think this works. And Vampire can just slowly whittle down their top laner, which is Jiangxi. Oh fucking a baby could beat down Jiangxi. A baby that's born with nothing. Jiangxi my ass. Keep them down. Gank the advantage. Gank disadvantage. Like gank. I actually think we need to keep ganking top lane. We have to keep Jiangxi down because Jiangxi is a scaling monster. So because if the enemy team is a better player than me, if they outscale me, it's over, right? Soaz should do bottom slip push. Top slip push should not be Snoopy. It should be Blitzchung. But they have the jungle, so it should be Fofo instead. Early game tactics is top dive. We just keep top lane dead, and then he's gonna play assassin to try to assassinate someone. And both of you should just play passive to push your lane and assassin, mid lane assassin. Okay, good luck, team. Godspeed. It's a best of 3 versus Vortex Vipers. And if you don't win this, I swear, you will all be fired. Every single... Demon Jungler is pretty good, actually. Wow, that's kind of crazy. The clear speed's nuts. Survivability is not that good, but ganks would be kind of nice. I told them to play safe, and they already got hit 3 times by Swordsman, which is a melee character. My vampire is not life-stealing to stay alive. They're failing, actually. What are you doing? Blitzchung, what are you doing? Okay, well, Blitzchung is absolutely shitting the bed here. Snoopy can't even throw a hook to save his life. I think this is over. I think this is over. This feels like watching a real pro game. You know what it is? Because Teamfight Manager, at some point, you just wanted to see the results. Because the fight itself didn't really matter, right? That's the thing. You know what? That's a good way to explain it. In Teamfight Manager 1, the fight, the way it played out, almost didn't really matter. Because there wasn't any complexity to the way that the fight could play out. There wasn't anything involving bushes and vision control and like jungle and stuff like this. Whereas in this game, the way the fight plays out does matter. Because somebody could come in from out of nowhere. Because again, we see everything, right? But my team only sees this. So when you consider that my team only sees this, then it's really difficult for my team to do anything. How do I manually control the camera? That's the one thing that here we go. Why is it WASD only? See that? My team can only see this. They don't see that the enemy is in jungle going down here, right? But that's a complexity that now you have to deal with when thinking about the game. I wish this button would highlight so we know what's happening. How do I hide the scoreboard? How do I hide the scoreboard? How do I You know what this is? It needs more ways to do things. Like I wish you could dollar unit? What? You can change it to Vietnamese dong? Why can you change it to Vietnamese dong? I wish that there was a way to change the UI, to like hide the UI bits, like in the real spectator mode for this game. Because if you press tab, you can actually hide things. Blitzchung got bursted down. Yeah, this is a lost game. But their Jiangxi is outscaling my vampire. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Their Jiangxi has now outscaled. It's over. My jungle had to use their ultimate to jungle faster. Oh no. Oh no, because they're dying. They're dying. Oh wait, hey, they got a kill. Blitzchung got a good kill there. I also wish there was a way to rewind things, though I know it's very, very hard to do. It's very hard to make a good replay system because unless it's a video, you have to track every single action and replay it deterministically, which is very difficult. And ideally, you don't even want the game to be deterministic, right? Because actions of a player are not really deterministic to some degree, depending on what school of philosophy that you apply yourself to. It's over. Blitzchung can barely survive. Gunner doing some damage, but nothing really. Gunner is just playing the dance, basically, and not really doing anything. Not really attacking. The weird part is that Gunner can attack while moving, but the Gunner doesn't attack while moving. Like, I can see some problems here where, like, I don't think the AI knows that they can do certain things. Like, it's weird, for instance, that my Gunner never tries to utilize the fact that they can attack and move at the same time. It's weird that the hook, for instance, the way the hook is thrown, it feels like they don't try to lead with the hit. Like, the AI, it's funny, but Dota 2 AI is better than this AI. Like, the bot, if you've ever played versus Insane Pudge Bot, that guy's nuts. Like, Insane Pudge Bot is fucking nuts. That guy has better hook ratio than most players I see. Actually, every bot. Like, even something like a CC bot, like a Lion bot, the moment that you step out of range of your turret and they can kill you safely and they have a melee damage dealer, they will instantly stun you. Or the same thing with the Shadow Shaman. They blink dagger on you instantly. It's only when you push advantage that they stop doing it. But it is kind of funny to see that the bots in that game are a lot better than the bots here. Though maybe that's intentional, given that my team has a bad skill. So, okay, Snoopy, what's the point of you? What is your job if you can't hit hooks? You hit the hook! Woo! That's the Executioner guarantee. Think about it. Why do you call executioners executioners? What's their job? That somebody's gonna die. And guess what? It doesn't matter if it's now, it doesn't matter if it's 5 years from now. Somebody's gonna die. That's the Executioner guarantee. What's crazy is that I didn't think we'd be playing this for so long, but it's actually so entertaining to watch. It's just it's our own pro matches, and I like the idea that they're adding these like balance patches too. It's a very solid formula. And again, all they needed to do was just make the map larger. If they had the exact same game from the first game, and all they did was they made the map different and also made them play to the map, I think that'd be enough. But it's the fact that they added so many different things to the map and actually made it complicated that makes me go, this is perfect. Like I would argue they could go even more complicated. Like maybe there's like, I don't know, maybe they could add like different styles of maps over time, right? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, or just like different objectives, the same way that like the real game sort of evolve, right? Maybe not to like a heavy degree, because then how can you program a bot that just jungles for years? But still, it'd be nice. But as far as I can tell, the characters themselves are sufficiently complex, right? They have just enough variability that you sort of know what they're doing. It just feels good. Please kill Fall, thank you. Canyon, I don't know why you went melee range. It's just a solid system overall. And I can't believe that it took this long for an auto battler to understand what people wanted. Because again, we played a ton of these on stream. We love auto battlers on stream. We play games like Legendary Creatures and other auto battlers such as that, which I can't recall the name. The only reason I remember Legendary Creatures is because I played it recently, right? And the fact that we played those, but still all these newer auto battlers don't have something like this level of fidelity with the map and like the control of the characters. It just feels like a missed opportunity, and I'm so glad that this game has finally done it. Let's just speed this up, because I think my team is going to win, because my team is kind of monstrous. Bot lane, I don't know why he's splitting bot lane when the team is about to end the game, but that's sort of like a classic... That's just a classic, you know, maneuver from your team where they go, hey, I know the game's about to end, but I'm going to split bot lane instead, and then all of a sudden the enemy swings back, but I digress. We actually won the first game. I think Vampire was a bad move for top lane, though. I think Demon is actually better in top lane, and Vampire is better in jungle. Because Demon, the problem with the Demon ganks is that the enemy team is always more coordinated than my team, because my team sucks, right? If my team always sucks, it's actually better for me to instead focus on making my jungle safer instead of making my jungle more threatening. And I'm going to say it, they need to give a balance patch to Executioner and Ice Mage. There's no way... Wait, both bot laners are shit. Both bot laners are dog water. What am I looking at? And Jiangxi needs to be buffed. So Jiangxi, Ice Mage, Executioner, someone did 9k, but even then, I would never want to play with Executioner ever again. That was so awful. So now they ban first, I ban second, so they get first pick. So I don't want to see Vampire. Vampire is a little bit scary. And I think I don't want to see Swordsman either, but Swordsman is really, really strong. But I really especially don't want to see a Jiangxi. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit about Jiangxi. I really especially don't want to see a good Pyromancer, because my team loves to stand in one spot. So now I'm going to pick Cavalry for Fofo. This is the first time Fofo gets... Wait, it's already chosen. Fuck. I'm going to pick Demon once again. And I'm going to pick... I don't know if I like the Hammer guy. Infantry seems good, but compared to the other choices, I feel like the other choices are way better. Like, even Executioner feels better than Heavy Infantry, so... just hard for them to get into the fight. Gambler was really good, though. I actually think Gambler did do damage last time. They went for the worst picks. Good. So they're going for more of a melee bend. So as long as we avoid melee and we kite them, it should be good. So now Snoopy and Fofo. But also just in general, kiting Gunner was actually worth it. And another ranged character to really seal the deal. Magic Knight is pretty good because we can suck them away into something, right? And Mana in a line is pretty good too. Though, do I really want to give up Lancer? I kind of do. If I'm going for that, then maybe Snoopy on Monk might be good. I know this sounds crazy, but it might actually be really good for AoE if he can counter them. Yeah. And then we go for Ice Mage because they're going melee. Okay, good. You here top lane. I guess Demon has to go there, or Demon could go bot lane, and Jungle could go Ice Mage. That sounds awful, but I kind of want to see what happens if I try this. I know it's crazy to experiment of all the times, but let's just see what happens. So same deal. And also mid lane is gonna, during the laning phase, go passive. I wish you could decide their specific phases for the players too, but maybe that'd be too much because it is mostly about the team itself. So, but they should be more of a backline at the mid line. So basically, everyone's fighting at the mid back line, roughly. So front line this, assassin that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, good. Okay. Good luck, team. Can't believe I won that one, honestly. It was just kind of surprising here. Okay, Ice Mage jungle? Why don't you ever use your skill to jungle faster? Like, I feel like they should be using this skill. I knew the cavalry would be a monster because I had a feeling it'd be very strong, but I didn't realize it'd be that strong. I don't know why they don't use skills to jungle. Like, just use your ability to do stuff. Wait, who killed who? Canyon died. Okay, that's bad. I think I lost this one because my picks are really bad. The first pick advantage was really good for me, and now I don't know what to do with that first pick. But Blitzchung is not doing it. They are not. I don't know why. I feel like they should be using the skills on everything. It just doesn't make sense to jungle and not use your skills. Even if it's not a really good jungle skill, it's still better than doing nothing. I think no matter what, people should be using the skills on jungle groups. Because this game has no real resource cost except for cooldown. And I'd rather them just use it and do the AoE and clear it than not. But maybe that's a balance thing, right? Of like, some heroes fight and some heroes... like, she's gonna Cali juggle to shit. Oh god, it's over. Chat. It's so over. Oh god, it's over. Look at the cavalry. It's so strong. It's so over. Chat, it's so over. Oh god, it's so over. Look at the berserker speed! She's dying to mushrooms. Oh god, it's so over. Okay, so maybe only the heroes that are marked for jungle have the AI for jungle. I think I'm realizing another flaw of the game is that if it's like that, if it is that only certain heroes are good for certain roles, like if jungle is super specific, they should have, when you decide the jungler, like when you pick a character, like they should force you to choose at least one jungler. And then they should force that character to always be on jungle. Because I don't think it should be done otherwise. Otherwise, I don't think it works, right? Because like, if they don't have the AoE to do jungle to use their skills, then what's the point? Because then now Blitzchung is like... I thought what Blitzchung was going to do was they would AoE the jungle creeps, and they would clear, kind of like a Crystal Maiden using Frost Blast, Frost Nova every like 12 seconds, right? Like, it sucks, but still, it's really good clear, and Frostbite stuns them for 10 seconds. But instead, they don't do anything. So it's over. It's over. At least I team fight though. I got the team fight power. Oh, never mind. I do a team fight. Maybe. Snoopy. Gunner. Heal. We have one healer. My mid laner is a healer. It's like they're playing support mid laner, but it's fine. It was mainly for composition, but I think it was a bad composition because everyone else sucks on my team. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's over. We got wiped. Okay, we got absolutely wiped. Okay. Cavalry is strong as I suspected. It's why it's being pick and ban every single game. All right. Only certain character. What's weird is that like, there's no specific thing about who is a jungle character. So I don't know what to do because freeze an enemy seems so generic that you could use it on jungle creeps, but they don't. So how come they don't use skills, but the Berserker does use their skill on it, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. If I'm gonna ban people, I'm gonna ban Thal, Zinc, this one. If they keep the cavalry open, I'll be happy. I want them to pick Jiangxi, because Jiangxi fucking sucks. I'm gonna take Berserker. What's a jungle do? So junglers... Oh yeah, true. The term is a very stupid, because the term is... Because the term is like... It's a jungle, but a jungle is like a... It's like a place, it's like a biome, right? Jungler is a role where they go into that space. And then they're killing monsters inside the woods. They're basically like hunting for animals, and then they're looking for opportunities to hunt people. So it's a bit like a serial killer. It's a bit like a hermit serial killer, right? The hermit serial killer lives in the woods eating animals, and they get stronger by eating animals, but then they have to sometimes go into like people to kill people. Oh, your people? You mean what? We found a vampire. We found a vampire. We found a vampire. Everyone, please don't walk alone at night. You will be eaten. Zinc, get rid of the dual blade. They took cavalry away. Well, it's fine. I will take demon again. I'll take berserker too. I really want demon and berserker. I'll take berserker because they never pick demon, and then Snoopy can go for the classic monster picks. Take vampire because we have to. We go. I don't think Gambler is that good. I think we go Gunner again because Gunner is a decent pick. But I think I know this is crazy. We put the mid laner, or sorry, the top laner on Ogre. We do demon mid. Wait, who's their mid top? They're both melee. They're both melee. Okay. Perfect. Canyon, go Gunner. Fofo. What's bot lane? Bot lane is also double melee. Mid has the burst, but top lane has the fighter. I think mid lane should go for this. Snoopy, vampire bot lane seems kind of crazy actually. Because demon bot lane wasn't that good. And demon top, berserker jungle for faster clear. Because it uses the skill in jungle, except for... okay, this is good. So bot lane is actually safe. And then mid can just play aggressive, pressure their own lane. Blitzchung and focus on ganking. I mean, really, Blitzchung should be focusing on counter jungling. With enemy jungle invasion as the main strategy for my team. With jungle intervention from top lane. And bot lane should be passive, midline, passive, midline, pressure, early game. And then who's in the split push? Top split push should be Soaz. Bot split push should actually be Snoopy. Alright team, let's see how this goes. I think this is a better strategy. Because the thing too, right? That character, the pole warrior, uses the pole jump in jungle, which is weird. Like, I don't get how they decide to use skills. Because I swear the ice mage could have done something. Hit him. Oh, but the knockback. I forgot to take into account the knockback. If I cared about the knockback, why didn't you finish your jungle creep? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Do you not know how to play jungle? Why did you not decide to play jungle creep? Why did you not finish the jungle creep? Why did you decide to leave it? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? It's over. A coach can only do so much. This is I'm gonna say this for any aspiring coach of a pro esports team. Give up on your players. Give up on them. Find a new job. Spit on them, slap them, punch them. I don't care. They're all stupid. The reason why you lose games is not because of you. You literally have no control over the results. It's your players. If you get counter jungled by an executioner support of all things, you fucking suck. As a jungler. I've given Blitzchung everything. I've given Blitzchung probably the safest, fastest jungler in the game, and he's only just hit level 2 because he didn't decide to clear anything. He left the monster alive because if you leave the monster alive and then you walk away from the monster, it heals. And my top lane decides to swap places with the fighter and then die. Forever disappointments. They really do feel like forever disappointments. My bot lane is still level 1. It's actually over. I don't understand. Granted, though, this time, I tried to counterpick their stuff by going for a more focused sort of like sustain game and trying to get to like a scaling power level to beat their like pretty scary like gank focused team. But I think I messed up because the AI of my team just sucks. Like, look at this. How did they lose bot lane? They have a vampire. How did they lose bot lane when they have a vampire? You literally just farm and heal. You literally can't die unless you play poorly. It's over. This is the fastest match. It's been 5 minutes. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Well, time to fire some people. You blame Fofo? I blame a lot of people. Congratulations on the results of your coach training. Wish you a brilliant coaching career ahead. What coach training? What brilliant career am I gonna have? What career am I gonna have? I have a career after this? It's over. This is the end of the demo version. Great demo. Actually, a really good game too. I need to email them the suggestions for improvements, but just to say it here, UI for ban/pick. I wish I wish clicking on a player would reveal the heroes that they use, right? That way, because like it's kind of hard to see when you're first learning the game who's who, and you play the game with a timer, right? Because the thing is, I don't think anybody would ever want to play the game with a timer, even though it feels natural, because the AI knows everything. Like, it's hard for them to make decisions the same way that people do. People have visual confusion. AI just works off of numbers, right? So it's easier for AI to choose. The timer is just there for the player. But if it's an enforced timer, if they ever decide to make a mode like that, at least having that gives a slight advantage, but it's still a little bit less annoying than having to remember everything and knowing what they do and stuff. Especially because you can rename things eventually, right? Like, it's nice to sort of see that highlighted within the pick and ban. I wish you could hide some UI elements during the gameplay itself, so hiding the UI of the scoreboard plus the items, because it doesn't seem like you can influence the items that they pick. It seems like the items are static for the heroes, but maybe that's a later thing. But it seems like because of that, you know, you can't really do much. And either way, I think it'd be better for you to look at your previous games and see how they're done. Like, maybe we can see stats of the previous games, see what items they bought and timings of when. I know that's a lot of features, but maybe then that could help you indicate whether or not we should work on the team's itemization skill, right? For training, let's say, right? If there even is such a thing, I'm not really sure if there is. Probably it's just a judgment thing, or maybe it's like a mechanic thing, I'm not sure. But other than that, yeah, the game's really good. Yeah, it's a very long demo too. I was very surprised. It gives you the full rundown of the game, lets you try out a lot of fights. It lets you try out like a bunch of strategies. It's very fun. And if it has online multiplayer, PvP leagues, I can see it being very fun from a community perspective, where you and your community could just play like a virtual fantasy league. I think it'd be a very fun thing to do. Again, they already had something in Teamfight Manager 1, where I think that game spawned a lot of other games as well. Like, it came at a time when that genre was starting to build up, and then I noticed other games came out that sort of emulate portions of it as well. So now, I wonder how this is going to change the landscape of the genre too, because again, I feel like this is the way to go. You have this more complex map. You have to care about this, like, the phases of the game. You have to care about the strategy from an individual perspective, or based on the lane mechanics, as well as the strategy outside of the lane, right? It makes it a little bit more interesting, even though the phases are much more defined. And best part, it's actually very exciting to watch for the most part. Obviously, when you're losing, it doesn't really matter, because it's just you feel defeated, and you're like and it's like those coaching videos when they show the behind the scenes, and you're just sitting there and you're just looking at the ceiling, thinking to yourself like, well, time to be fired, time to move on to like a tier 5 team or something, right? But at least it's more fun to watch. I think there's a lot more back and forth. It's very interesting. It's hard to tell what's like an AI issue and what's an AI bug. Like, sometimes, like, especially that whole thing of I don't know why certain champions won't use their skills in certain places. I don't know why they don't use certain skills in certain places. Like, the Ice Mage should be able to freeze a monster and deal damage to it. I don't know why the players will stop a jungle creep to go gank instead of finishing it. Like, it's just, there's just a lot of odd decisions that the AI does that doesn't feel like you're managing a pro team. It feels like you're managing an amateur team. And I wonder if that's a bug, or if it's a matter of the player skills. Maybe as your players get better, they start to do that more. I'm gonna assume it's that latter, and it's not a bug, but who knows? It's still very early. I don't know, right? I've also noticed that some bits of the map aren't used, like on the top lane especially. And on the bot lane, there's bushes in the very corners that no one ever seems to use, right? They don't do these long, drawn-out chase fights. They don't do these long, drawn-out baiting fights. They don't have these things where they're trying to bait a player down towards their team. They don't have these like very complex mechanics yet. Maybe over time they will. It's sort of hard to build that behavior into the game. Maybe they will eventually, but I hope that they do look into trying to emulate different aspects of player behavior like that, because that player behavior is very interesting too to see. And one thing that would be interesting, if a bit annoying, I kind of wish that they had fake pings and like a fake in-game chat or something. I don't know. Like, sometimes it's kind of funny to see what people say, and seeing the pings and stuff is kind of cool too. I kind of wish I could see that stuff and see what could happen. I also wonder if they'll do and now this is aspirational stuff, right? But I wonder if they'll ever let you do things like call for a pause and give direction to your team or something, or like, you know, give them a Pepsi thing. Maybe they'll stick with only just the teamfight management portion of it, which is still fine. And I think it's really, really good. It's just that weird thing where some heroes don't use skills in certain jungle creeps, and I wonder if they should specifically highlight jungle-only champions that would only work in jungle, if they're gonna go with that, or if it's just a bug. But aside from that, the game is basically really good. And I'm very curious to see the rest of this. Facilities, finance, recruitment, streaming. Who gives a fuck about streaming? I don't give a shit that my pro players stream. It's too much work. I'd rather them... you know what it is? I get it. You have 5 shitters. You have 4 shitters on your team, so you might as well make them streamers to make you money. Even if they're not happy, it doesn't matter, because look at how much money it costs to like pay them, right? But I think this game has a lot of potential. I'm actually very excited to play this, especially if it has that online PvP thing. When it comes out, we'll run our own league, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll see who's the better teamfight manager between all of us, chat.